see where we're at.
Let's
see where we're at. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, first of all, the controversy part 1 was like 2 hours long.
Yeah, I know.
So we need to meet.
No. We don't have to
level.
match that one because that one was a lot of shit.
That was 4 hours.
We were stuck. This one's a cleaner version. Like, well, actually, not really, because we're getting off topic. But the other one, we got off topic way too much.
I'm a competitor. We're gonna match the same one, or we're gonna beat it.
We're gonna exceed. We have to.
Perfect.
No.
We just have to.
No, because then I have to edit all that shit.
Yeah, Shane and Herbert.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this one. Let's see.
Hello.
Very simple. Gun control. Ready? Do we need more guns? Some believe
No.
all Americans should be strapped, especially in these terrible times.
No.
What are your thoughts? So Angie said no.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so you go first.
Ooh.
Angie.
No.
Why?
Why? Because guns are not the answer to every single thing that is wrong in this country.
That's
not the question.
I said, do we need more guns?
No, we don't need more guns because there are enough gun fatalities in this country that are so unnecessary. Why are we going to make it higher?
Put it like,
do you know how many people have guns that have serious...
Separated from you. You're too close.
That have serious mental health issues and they have guns?
I agree.
Guns are like... I don't like guns. They make me very anxious, I will admit. But will I shoot one? Yeah, why not? But me to have one? No.
Okay.
Next.
I've been to a gun range mad times, and my senior year of college, I interned at the pistol gun range, right? In Nassau County. Shout out.
Crazy.
So in doing that, I feel like maybe our gun, in order to have a gun, you should do a little psychology test on the individual.
Psychiatric, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I'm like 5 White Claws in. Go slow on me. Anyway.
That's a hard word.
Anyway.
But that doesn't always happen.
So, I feel like that should be a new implemental rule because that doesn't happen at all. I feel like we should have more guns because I feel like the other day I was driving and this fucking man just comes out of his car.
No, baby.
No. This man comes out of his car and he's fucking yelling at me, pointing at my window. And he's like, I'm going to kill you because I beeped at him after 5 minutes on going on a red light. First and foremost, if I wasn't strapped up and he was, I would have been dead already. Right?
You're 100% correct in that aspect.
So let me just say, if I was strapped up, I'm pretty sure he would have walked away. I'm not saying that's the reason why I should like point a gun or anything like that. But maybe if I was strapped up, you would just be like, "Oh,
I like what you said.
Go
let me interfere on that one a little bit. I don't agree with your whole scenario, but I like what you said because you brought a good point. Being in a state where you're strapped up, I hear the example all the time. It makes people make better choices. If you know the next individual could possibly have a gun in his waist, you're not going to be an ignorant fuck come out of your car and start trouble because why? You know that you might be strapped up. Well, you're going to be strapped up, but so is that guy.
But why do we need more guns?
No.
I'm not saying that more guns isn't that, but some people are very ignorant in the fact that you need to be strapped up. Angie, if I'm a female and I'm driving my car, this man came to me. He's a man. As much as I think I'm a big boss bitch, this guy can point a gun at me and I can be like...
No, he doesn't even have to point a gun. He'd probably be...
He can just... Yeah, like he's a man. At the end of the day, him yelling at me will make me cry. Right? So him just yelling at me just will make me literally be in tears and be like, okay, whatever you want. I don't care.
I think you pick and choose your battles, gun or not.
You know what's funny? I didn't even think of a question like this. I think Angie has a good reason.
Yeah, gun or not.
Do we need more guns?
No.
I believe that Angie's correct in saying that we don't, but I think you're also answering the second part. So I said, do we need more guns? Some believe all Americans should be strapped, and I think you're answering the second question.
All Americans
by being strapped, it does give
protection.
less scenarios where we're gonna have to have people being provoked with each other.
Less room for fuckery.
Exactly.
Yeah,
hold on. Let me give you guys another perspective, though. Hold on.
No, it's the same answers.
Right?
But hold on.
If you pulled up on me, right, and you're like, hey, shut the fuck up with the gun. Mm-hmm. I would be like, hey, shut the fuck up too. We're both going to be like, oh, we can both shoot each other right now.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Life or death.
I'm going to give you a different point of view.
We're going to point it back and we're going to be like, all right, let's just walk away. Respect. But if a crazy guy, I'm just saying, like, as a woman, I don't have as much strength as any guy in this world. I don't have. You can beat me up and I could stay right there.
Hold on. Let's also...
It's facts.
Go.
That's facts.
Go, and then we're going to...
Okay, look. This is my thing. You said all Americans, right? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic.
More guns. I believe all Americans should be struck.
All Americans. Okay? All Americans?
Should all Americans be struck?
Okay. Let's be realistic. In today's modern times, although we're all citizens and we were born here, they don't consider us American because at the end of the day, there's a stereotype that is very much loud and proud in this country. All Americans, let's be realistic. I'm not trying to start nothing, but let's be realistic. American equals white. Just because I'm a citizen, I'm a Latina and I'm a citizen, right? You think that a white lady or a white man or a white judge is going to justify that I have a gun, although it's legal and everything?
That's true.
No. They're going to fuck me over.
Here's where I...
Although I'm pale-skinned, that doesn't mean nothing. I'm Latina.
All right.
I'm darker
One thing. Hold on. Ready? I like where you're going with this because that's not even a fun question. But...
No, it is.
I made a twist on it, though.
No. Because it's not. Because let's be realistic. Yes, we can go that route. You can open the...
You have to go that route.
You can open the race, the skin thing and everything. But the reason I don't like going that route is because 2 reasons. Ready? I could care less what... Yes, the system, are they going to be more oppressive to the people that aren't white skin? Yes. But let's be realistic. In a couple of years, and it's statistics proven, our people, the Latin race,
going to take over.
Is going to basically be the majority. No, listen. Yeah. What happens when our Latin race goes into important positions like judges, goes into positions of power, goes into positions of we're opening the door where it's going to be better. Because as easily as you want to say that it's not like that right now, guess what? 20 years ago, it was less than what you are right now.
Yes.
You are able to say that right now. Back in the day, you would have been beat up and spit up.
I understand, but listen to me. Listen, at the end of the day, there's no denying America equals white.
Not anymore.
No.
I really disagree with that.
But really?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Really? I still think I've encountered so many people, and even during school.
Oh, wait.
I think what you've encountered is people highlighting those situations.
Yes.
And it seemed, and people still do make a bigger deal when something happens to a Caucasian person. Yes, but I'm being honest.
To this day, though.
When you look next to you, look at this.
I see a Latino or a Latina.
No. When you're not even a Latin, you see an immigrant. You see someone of a different culture. Yes, we have the privilege of being in the biggest melting pot, so maybe we have to get out of this comfortable state. But even when I go to Miami, even when I go to when I went to South Carolina, it's probably the only time I've really saw more white than. But I still saw Black, I saw Spanish, I saw Asian.
I think it's because I have such low hope for this country that it's just the white America has been so deeply rooted in this country's viewpoints and ideologies that I just strongly feel like immigrants are never going to be accepted in this. No matter what position you can be the fucking president of the United States. They're never going to respect you.
Barack was black.
They didn't respect Barack.
I mean, they
hated the fact that Barack. Look, they hated Barack, but they loved Trump.
Yeah,
why?
Hold on. Two different topics.
I'm not talking about what they did. I'm thinking of the color.
Topics. Two different topics.
They did not respect Barack because he was.
Do not pivot too much.
I think that
I hate politics.
I just think that based on me and Angie's experiences lately, right, with the Caucasian ethnicity or population, it's just been more so that we have heard a lot of racist and just disgusting viewpoints, and we're just generalizing with them. I don't think every person is like that. I have friends that respect me and they know that I'm Latina, and they're like, oh, shit, let's go to Brooklyn, let's go to whatever, and we're lit. But I think that Angie, right now is just thinking like, oh shit, I'm just generalizing the people that are racist against us, because there are racist people around there.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone is going to be racist everywhere.
Over the world.
Florida, I went to Florida. I have a story in Florida. I went to Disney.
Okay, Orlando.
I went to Disney. I went to the damn castle. I was having a blast. This lady, right, runs over one of my boyfriend's niece's foot by accident. It was because she let the little girl ride on her little, scooter thing, and she ran over. My sister-in-law at the time, right, she, went crazy, and I went crazy after her because I'm like, hey, just say sorry. Like, it's that easy. The man comes, right? And the man is like, you wet back because he
like
saw that our skin was a little browner than that, right? So initially, our reaction was, my boyfriend initially was like, he laughed. He was like, yeah, I'm a wetback. And what? But me and my sister-in-law, we were defensive. We were like, who the hell are you talking to? We started throwing water. We started going crazy because, first of all, if you're going to call me a wetback and you're going to say that we migrated here.
I was laughing. I just find it funny when racist.
Yeah, he just like, my boyfriend's the same thing. He just started laughing. And
because
he was
it's two different perspectives from two different like
age groups and...
No, not age group. It's just, it's like, okay.
Mentalities?
No. Okay, let's start right there with the wetback thing. This is honestly the God's living truth. There are people that get more defensive about it. It has nothing to do with age. It's people that are very defensive and very proudful and prideful of where they come from. And then there's me and probably your boyfriend that it's not that we're not proud. It's that the guy that's calling me a wetback, right? He's so angry and miserable in life that he has to degrade himself and try to call me something really racist. And to get something out of me, right? To get something out of the person. I'm not saying what you did was wrong. It was right that you got defensive, but because you got defensive, you gave him what he was looking for.
So that's what my boyfriend said. He said, you guys are giving him like
satisfaction.
Ammo. You're getting mad.
It's feeding their ego.
But the issue is, right? The issue is that it honestly, it's so disgusting to say. It has happened so much frequently after that. And not for nothing. My sister-in-law, she's a tough bitch. She'll beat a bitch up. She'll even beat a man up. She don't care. And she's just very much like, don't call me names because you're an immigrant yourself. You have this idea.
You see, that's when you start breaking something to an ignorant person. You're not supposed to explain anything to a person like that. Any racist person that's truly racist, reason is out the fucking window.
Yeah, they don't care.
The moment that you start arguing with them, it's like arguing with a fucking wall. Like that wall is not going to change its opinion because of that.
But I'm just saying, like, that's where I think
I know where energy is coming from. You're talking to a guy that's darker than you.
I'm giving you guys a story.
No. I think it's just we generalize people that have been racist towards us, and we're like, oh, white people are the same. No, I don't.
And that could be a stereotyping.
Yeah,
it 100% is.
I don't
Black
think
people are racist to Spanish people.
Yeah.
Asians are racist.
Your
grandma was racist for a long time.
Statistics show that minorities are racist against each other more than white people are against us.
Absolutely.
And it's very true. It's very sad because minorities should stick together, but it's a very like perfect world.
It's a divided world. Yeah. Let's be real. It's a divided world.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
like that's why when you commented that, I was laughing because I said to you, I'm like, you're pivoting way too much. And also I'm not trying to unjustify what you said. I'm just trying to tell you, we live in a place where you're gonna have racist people, regardless of their skin tone. So I don't like when we, as a Hispanic culture, reference a white person to be racist. Yeah, no. That person was racist. Just label that person to be racist.
Not all white people are racist. Correct. I agree with that. 100%. I agree with that. But the justice system is very oppressive towards minority populations.
Of course.
That's why I'm saying the more guns, it's just like a no for me because it doesn't.
Legal guns.
Legal guns. I should. Theo, legal or not, I honestly believe
you guys,
it's not going to make a difference.
She said no. She said yes. Now it's our turn.
Okay.
And then because this is where because we pivoted on something bullshit.
To disagree.
No, because we pivoted into some other shit that had nothing to do with guns. But why I believe there should be not more guns. What I think is, do we need more guns in the United States? I believe that you should make every state obviously has their own fucking rules and lawmakers and ways of getting guns approved. I believe legal guns should be easier to get, and there should be a tougher test in getting them and acquiring them. But I don't think that oppressing people of their right to bear arms is right, because like we as Americans, people say, oh, like the Constitution was made in a time where there was always like, the American Revolution, blah, 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 like things need to change. But that's not true, because At any moment, our government, we've been proven that our government lies to us. Our government has been doing really fucked up shit. And there are times where I feel like, maybe not in New York, every state has their own dictation of it, how they want to do it. But if I live in a state where it's just country, there's no fucking like law enforcement nearby, I would feel a lot safer. I have a couple of shotguns, a couple of pistols in my car, in my house. If someone tries to break in, because now I can defend my own property
And your family.
and I get what you're saying. Maybe not in New York. You think in New York, fine. That's understandable.
You know why I think my viewpoint is so like strong? It's because like, okay, so I'm a social worker. Everyone knows that. I think it's because I went to school. Obviously, I've just seen so many case studies. I've seen so many cases. I've dealt with so many cases where it has created my own biases on these topics. And I'm going to admit that.
Yeah, no,
I do not. I personally just.
But legal guns or illegal guns?
Both.
We're talking about.
But illegal guns should not even be allowed to be on the street.
Of course.
But unfortunately, they are.
Social workers. Let me ask you something. So let's break down to it. Do you deal with a majority of people in higher and middle class, or are you dealing with poverty most of the time, like lower class and poverty?
Poverty.
Well, it's poverty to middle class.
Just answer the question. Okay. Next question. The situations where you do see guns being, for some reason, an issue, are these being handled by adults or handled by minors?
No, they've been adults.
Adults. And we're talking about people that are 18 and over?
A little older than 18.
Okay.
Like 20s.
Now, in these situations, like I said, we're already dealing with the statistic where they're poverty. Are you dealing with people from a minority aspect or from a Caucasian aspect?
Well, from the person I was dealing with was a minority.
Okay.
But I don't know about the other party.
But that you see what I'm saying? It's just like, and I thank you for saying that it was biased. It's not biased. It's just situations you arise from. But I'm saying to you, like, there are situations where guns are definitely necessary, and it goes down to the point, like, yes, there are statistics, but I just believe having guns with people that are authorized to handle them, getting them legally, will make a country safer. And especially my true belief is that if we educate the youth about gun safety, and not giving them a gun, but gun safety, making them do, like, once they become 18, maybe take them to a gun range, show them how harmful a gun is. Because people say, like, why the fuck should...
I've been 2 times.
Yeah. Why should people have guns? But guess what? Cars are just as dangerous, and people abuse that right all the time.
Yeah.
They drink and drive. That's a gun. You can literally kill people. People die from car accidents every day from irresponsible driving. So you know what I mean? Like, and we have, you know what I mean? And there's a permit, there's a license for a driver. There can be a permit and a license to hold a gun. But what are the educational steps to ensuring that you're giving it to the correct people? Like, I think that needs to be
me working at the pistol range, they run through steps, but none of those steps were psychological.
Right.
Correct.
A lot of these that's
actually been an argument for a long time.
These school shootings, right, are based on people that weren't psychologically, mentally stable. And it's more so like the Parkland shooting. This guy on Valentine's Day went to kill kindergarteners because he was mad at a security guard or a teacher at that age. You're mentally not stable to have a gun legally or illegally. But guess what? That person had legal shit of a gun. Right. He was legally allowed to have a gun carried on him at all times. And you went to go kill 6 and 7-year-olds that didn't even have a mental note of what was happening. You went to go kill teachers. That's my only stance. Yeah. Yes, we should have guns, but you should definitely go through a psychological test to see if a determined psychologist should have a gun at 100%. You should have a gun if you're psychologically. You can't tell me like, oh yeah, like there's no way to trick the system. If you have a psychological test, as in the courts, right? You have a court. You have a court system. Mm-hmm. The court system is like, after I kill 40 people, oh yeah, he's psychologically ill. You could have that same test done before you have a gun, so you can know, oh shit, this person can't have a gun. He may do harm to people.
Correct. Hold on, Andy, sir. You want me to repeat the question?
No, I got it. Let's make it interactive. I just want to ask a couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, raise your hands if you think a government can be tyrannical.
Can be what?
Can become tyrannical. Like, they'll use their power to take away your rights. Has governments have done? Okay.
They've done that.
Okay, we all agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you have the right let's say, to own a gun, if you are fully qualified, you go through a mental exam, you're fully, like, legally only.
You have the
Yes?
right to, yes.
Okay.
Would you? No.
All right. So, yeah. So this is the thing. I'm only on the favor of legal gun ownership. There are I don't know the whole process, to be honest with you guys, but I know there is a psychological exam. I don't know how deep it goes.
Correct.
Should it go pretty deep? Yeah, it should.
Should, yeah.
Yeah. But if you pass all of those things, I think everyone should have guns legally. Now, these gun shootings that you see, this is very sad. They're illegal possession of guns. The father, the mother might have a gun in the house. It's not properly, like, kept away.
Enclosed.
And then the kid who's not psychologically stable will grab the gun. Illegal possession now. This is now in the illegal territory. Grabs the gun and does something horrific. We don't want to see any of that.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure you guys would agree. Like, you want to see less access for those type of kids to do that.
In Nassau County, because I was a police pistol intern, in Nassau County, you have to just sign a paper that says you have it in a safe place. They don't go inspect your house. They don't go see where it's at. But it is illegal for you to carry it within your vehicle. If you carry it within your vehicle and a cop stops you, you must disclose that at the time of stop.
Correct.
But there's no mental psychological test. There's a physical test that goes into it. And I kid you not, I personally feel like it's just about money for the county. You're giving almost $500 away to have a license because it's $250 for the application, and then for you to conceal a weapon, it's another $250. And then on top of that, you must have your own possession. And they go through things, but there's no psychological test that goes through in Nassau County that provides you a test to see if you're applicable. There's a husband and wife type of application. Both husband and wife can apply for it. There's a father and son that can apply for it. The only thing is whose name is on the license, which can be the father, and the son can be psycho killer.
Right, exactly.
So that's the only thing is that I feel like I should, like, if I go get a gun right now, I can have it at my house, but who's to tell me that if I don't get stopped, I can have it in my car and I can pull it out whenever a freaking freaking person just gets in front of me, and it's like, it doesn't have to be white. If a person gets in front of me and there's like road rage, right? But a cop would never know. There's no steps to follow through. There's a renewal. A renewal doesn't mean that you get another physical, or a renewal doesn't mean that you have to apply again. A renewal is just like, hey, pay me $175 and you'll be okay to have a gun again. It's really not crazy.
So we're all in agreement that if it was a legal step, it should be enhanced, should be
I agree.
Psychiatric test, and more thorough to make sure that we're
It's to be the same psychiatric test that we do when killers kill people for unexplainable reasons.
If you have any psych admission within the last year, 1 to 5 years,
correct,
you should not be allowed to.
Yeah, like if we were to talk about like what are the definitions of not being allowed to have a gun, obviously we can talk for hours. Like, are you in debt? That plays a big factor because now you can go rob a bank. Are you someone that has been physically
abusive?
Abusive, right? Like, have you been reported for any kind of crime?
Have you ever been to jail?
Yeah, have you
robbery?
Ever been
There's just so many factors that go into it.
Exactly. There's so many factors. So we can talk for hours for that. So, but we're all in agreement. Besides Angie, really, because I'm on
the fence about it.
Yeah, she just
because
it's okay. Next topic.
No, her hand was raised up for it. If it's legally.
Yeah.
She's up for it.
I've
she
just seen
believes
so
that
much
it's not
shit.
needed.
I just can't. Yeah, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you guys.
All right. You'll come back and I'll repeat the question. Yeah. No worries. Just leave it. It's fine. Let's see. We talked about a bunch of these. I'm gonna skip the Texas one because it's not relevant anymore. This one's simple. It's a nice, easy question. Do you think world peace is ever possible? And we'll go with Jocelyn. And then Angie.
I don't think it's ever possible. In a perfect world, it probably would be possible. But
why is it not possible?
There's too much hateful, angry people. There's a lot of different viewpoints in this world where it's just like everyone wouldn't correlate with the same thing. Even if, like, let's say I'm like, hey, are you getting Dunkin' or am I getting Starbucks? that's already like something that we're not agreeing on. And it's like, oh my God, like people could be really crazy in the head and be like, hey, I'm going to shoot you because you don't like Duncan. There's a lot of things. Yeah.
Very exaggerated. But
Well,
I get your point. I
no.
get your point.
You know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
it's-
that one was a horrible example for the gun thing, but I understand what
But
you're
I'm just saying, like, it's
too many differences.
yes, there's a lot of differences in this world that don't correlate together. And a lot of people just think differently. It's not like we all, like, even on the abortion thing, even on, like, finances, guns, like, anything that's really detrimental to this country, we will never, ever able to have world peace. Ever.
Good answer, Angie.
I would have to agree with her. I think there's too many different viewpoints and ideologies that no one is going to put those to the side to have world peace. Like I said earlier, I think I've just lost all hope and faith in this country that it's just not possible. And it's fucked up to say. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very sad to say because, you know, you would want to live somewhere where it's like you don't have to worry, you know, or you don't have to like look like over your shoulder, you know, every time you're walking in specific like neighborhoods or places or like
Not even
at a specific
you could be at a
time.
mall. And
Right.
God
It's just you
forbid.
just never know what can happen, you know. It's just so much shit has happened over the last years that it's like, yo, like the mall shootings. It can't even send my like if I have a
Oh my
kid,
God.
can't even send my kid to school and not have the constant worry of like, yo, are they gonna make it back home? Like it's sad. I think it's very sad.
I agree with you both. I kind of just I said more of like a simple answer. Like I think where there's light, there'll always be shadows being casted. So the same thing. Like
I like that.
even if you get someone like a group to agree on something, there will be another subgroup that will disagree with you. So there's never like a medium where people are going to be okay with everything, you know? And it's, but you know what I was thinking about this the other day. We need more of that. This is the whole reason I created this episode for like male and female. We need more of agree to disagree and be okay with it. There are people that say agree to disagree and then they fucking hate each other. But agree to disagree because, like, okay, that's your opinion. You gave me some good basis points. I listened to it. I rebutted it. You listened to my basis points. And we're still not in agreement. And that's okay.
But we still respect each other as individuals.
Exactly. And I feel like if that could be reached with individuals, there might be peace.
See, but it's very hard. I'm sorry. No, it's just very hard because even within a mother and daughter standpoint, or even within a father and daughter standpoint, it's just very difficult. My mom was raised completely differently in these times than I was. See, right now, right? I'm 24 years old. My mom already had a 2-year-old, which was me. See, she was already like living her best life. Well, she wasn't living her best life. She was just like, you know, being a mother, having 3 jobs. And it's very new to her right now that I'm over here like, Mom, I'm going to go out with Angie and have drinks. I'm going to go out with my boyfriend and have drinks. And I'm just living my life. She feels like that's wrong. So even within a mother-daughter standpoint, could you imagine me versus the world and a different standpoint?
No, correct.
It's just very different.
That's also two different, like, you also have to understand, right? In a world where we live in today, right? Your mom would be my mom. Right?
She dropped.
So your mom would actually.
My mom dropped out of high school to raise you.
So your mom would be my mom. So technically, you would technically be in a more. Your mom is in a perfect scenario with you as a modern case. My kid, when I start raising my kid, and he's 17 years old, he's gonna think, "Damn, this guy's so old school. Where's he coming up with these values?" Because God knows what the world's gonna be like then.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like there will always be a misunderstanding between parents and kids because your parents are trying to use what the good things they pulled out of their parents, but also trying to implement the good things they did on theirs. And on top of that, they have to also know, am I mentally stable right now? Am I financially stable? Listen, a parent's life is not fucking. That's why I told you guys. That's why I told you guys. Don't ever judge your parents. You can dislike them and everything, but never judge them.
No.
Because you don't know what it's like until you're there.
There was this TikTok I saw, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, don't be cruel to your parents.
That was me.
That was no, there was this TikTok that I saw. It was like, don't be cruel to your parents because it's their first time living life as well. And it honestly made me bawl my eyes out because I'm like, oh my God, I've been such a bitch. I was like, I've been such a bitch to my mom. And I think, like, honestly, because my mom is so much older and she feels I just never thought of it until recently that everything that I do is just so wrong and new to her that she's just like, what the fuck? Like, you're coming home at 3 a.m. What are you doing? And I'm just like, I've been in a club. I'm lit.
I'm
And
outside.
she's like, no, that's not what someone does. She's like, no,
Your mom has done.
She's like, you're staying home
mom
tomorrow,
has done
Friday, Monday, and I'm just like,
Listen,
okay.
your mom's lying to you. She's done that. She's
No, but you know what I mean.
3,
Like
4 in the morning. You were left at my house,
but it's very
and your mom would be
different.
stumbling up the stairs.
Damn. I
Well,
think you should
I
confront
remember
Lucy on
those
this
times.
one.
Listen,
It's
no.
just
I'm just saying to you, most parents also lie and try to like forget their stepping up the stairs moments because it's humiliating.
You know what? I'm gonna just add to that the agree to disagree thing. One thing I will say, and you guys can probably agree with me, I was never the type of person to agree to disagree. I was very hard-headed, stubborn, my way or no way. But you want to know who helped me?
My way or the highway.
Right. You want to know who helped me really like come to like my dad. And you, yes, yes, no, yes, I will say. Yes, Uncle Theo David and my dad. You know, you've given me a lot of really good and genuine advice on life.
For me, it's just been you because my mom is very heartstrong.
No, I will admit, my personal growth, like as a person, my growth and I think my maturity has definitely been because of you and my dad. Because like you just said, my dad has, at least I can say, my dad has never like been the type to conceal his past to protect me. He tells me to protect me. You know, he's very real with me. If I'm wrong, my dad is not. You too. You guys are not scared to tell me, no, you're wrong, and this is why you're wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't say you're wrong. Well,
no, you do. You do. My dad tells me, no, you're wrong. Like,
I like to tell you all the time. Sorry if I use the word wrong. I don't try to say that you guys are wrong because I've been wrong in so many of my. Even the advice I give, sometimes I'm like, really? Like, did I really just fucking say that to them? I'm like, fuck, that was so wrong. But what I'm trying to do is open discussion and let your brain enter feedback.
Yeah.
Because if you start blocking feedback from an individual, you're just an ignorant, closed-minded person.
And I was at one point, though. We can agree on that.
You never were.
No, I think I was.
I think we were just young.
You were just young, and you thought. Well, not that you thought you were always right. I think you really thought like they don't know what I'm going through. They don't know what my situation's like.
Yeah.
And that's common from a young person. Now that you're a social worker, you probably see it the most.
No, of course. I think going into this profession has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of my own flaws and my own insecurities.
Yeah.
That it's helped develop me as well as a person. But you and my dad also had a really big role in that, you know, because like I said, you guys are not scared to tell me like wrongs and rights.
Angie just went through a lot when she was younger, and it's really weird to say that I went through the same thing, but when
years later,
like now I'm older, So she went through her family stuff, and then I went through my family stuff, and she was kind of guiding me through that topic and through that like area, and now unfortunately I have to guide my cousins through that same, you know, thing. And it's unfortunate, but thank God they have two different perspectives. She went through it when she was younger. She feels the type of way. I feel the type of way. And it kind of meets in the middle a little bit. Yeah. But it's more so now we can guide our younger siblings and cousins to feel, you know, a different type of way.
She's had years to process.
And
that's
the thing. She has come to acceptance. I'm still in denial, and I will always be in denial. Because that's just the way it is.
Like, so I'm a child of divorce. My parents divorced when I was 4. Your parents were going through it when you were like in high school. We talked about this in the first episode.
I was in middle school.
High school. Yeah. You know, so it's like she said, it's two different perspectives on life and certain situations that like, you know, maybe my siblings will agree more with her viewpoint than my viewpoint. But like you just said, I've had more years to process and kind of heal over what happened versus her. You know, it's still kind of fresh for her.
It's not fresh. I just don't.
Kind of fresh.
No.
Fake fresh.
She just holds more remorse.
She
I
holds
just
more, but
hold
yeah,
more
that's exactly
resentment
what it
because
is.
she had a lot of time.
Yeah.
And she was very young.
Yeah.
I was much
Yeah.
older. She
Yeah.
was like 4,
Four.
7, or
Four.
4 or 7.
It
And
started
I was
when I was
15.
4.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
a big difference.
So
Yeah.
it's like that age gap isn't the same thing. So
Because you were just
You've
you were
grown up.
more
aware of everything that was happening.
aware, but also just like more of an age where it like not that it meant more, but it hurt more.
Yes.
Because
Right?
not only is she going through the family stuff, but like life.
Yeah, like
You know, at that age, like life is life in. Like it sucks at that age, you know? Like middle school and high school is probably the worst years of my life. Like even we talked
High
about this in the
school.
first episode. The worst years of my life. I was going down the wrong path and everything. But like I said, Theo David and my dad, you know, like they really helped get me on the right track, you know, and like I don't think I would be who I am now if it wasn't for them too. I'm being completely honest with you.
That's
I have a
beautiful.
question.
I'm
for
gonna be
Anthony.
completely
I
honest.
have a
oh
question.
snap! Question for Anthony.
Has anyone
Pass me Corona.
has anyone ever impacted your life so much where you could say they steered me from the wrong direction?
Yeah, she's upstairs.
Oh,
Mama
okay,
Dukes.
good.
Mama Duke.
Damn,
Mama
bro, I
Dukes,
thought you were
yeah.
gonna say me.
Shout out to Mama Duke.
Shout out to
I just have a question
Yeah.
as to
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable, obviously.
Pat.
What scenario and why?
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
All right, let's do it. So,
Let's hear it.
I grew up pretty rough life.
Okay.
We didn't have a lot. My mom worked 2 jobs to put the roof over our head.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Shout out
laundry-
Mama Dukes.
Yeah, shout out
For
Mama
real,
Dukes.
shout out.
Yeah, she did a lot, too much. I don't even think I would do it in most scenarios. Like it's just way too much. So I look at it as like I have so much to be thankful for.
He's trying to open it.
Yeah, trying to
We have to describe this because
There's no
He's
beer
using a
open.
He is currently opening a
I
bottle
had
with
one
a
of my
stare.
old keys. You got it though. That's a real puka right there. You're gonna open the bottle no matter what.
Yo, shout out Puka. All right. So yeah, she sacrificed a lot, and I was down the wrong path too, guys. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was not aiming up in life, and I would think like just to see how much she sacrificed for us, me and Michael.
That's your brother?
Yeah, it's my brother.
Older, younger?
Older, same age as Puka.
Okay.
Oh,
They're
shit.
they're years for like
Okay.
they're like
They're
friends
40.
For, yeah.
Yes, I see it here.
Cheers, cheers.
40.
He ain't here.
Cheers. 40.
24.
So seeing all the sacrifice, seeing all the hard work, seeing all of that, and I was aiming down, actually made me feel terrible. And I was like, yo, I have to completely change everything. I wanted to get out of the situation we're in. We're living in a basement. So I was just like, I hate it. We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so I was just like, I want to like change our circumstances. And a lot of it was just saying, you know, I'm wrong in a lot of things I think. And so I had to just take the ego out and just step back and say,
See,
look,
that's really manly. You took your ego out.
it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It is
Very
hard
hard.
to do
You're
for
right.
a lot of men.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of struggle with that, but it turned out really good. I mean, definitely mom was absolutely just seeing how much she worked. I know for my kids, like that's my absolute focus in life is just make sure that they're taken care of, let them make their decisions, but like I want to be there to support that.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that I love about we went like completely off that. We went to world peace to family trauma. But the one thing that I must say about us like younger kids going through trauma is that the one thing that we want is for our kids never to go through that.
Exactly.
Like one of my goals is, as my mom worked 3 jobs, we were kicked out of our childhood home. And, you know, we had to go live in a mattress on a floor. Yeah. And then my stepdad came in, a wonderful man, came in and provided the world to us. He made my dreams come true at 16 that I didn't know that I had at 10. Oh he was God. Like he's still an amazing person. Love him to death.
Shout out to Pepe.
Yeah. I love him.
Pepe.
His name was Jose, but they call him Pepe.
Like,
and it was like a story. Like that's my mom's childhood sweetheart, right? So
that's
nice.
It's so cute.
He provided more to us than my original like father did, like my biological father. And For me, it's just like the only thing I want for my kids besides financial stability, because I saw my mom go through it, and I'm sure you saw your mother go through it, and even his parents that were together go through it. Like, we went through so much shit as like Pukas and whatever my last name is. And we went through so much shit that our goal, I think the one thing that we can agree on is for our kids never to go through financial struggle. I never want to see my kid worry about, oh my God, mommy doesn't have enough money. I can't ask her for
rent.
Uggs.
Yeah, sure.
Or I can't ask her to buy me food off the street. I never want my kids to go through that. I never want my kids to see me like crying in a corner because I can't make ends meet and I have to figure out a way to do it. That's one thing I will never do. I will never see, even if I'm single as a mother or even whatever, again, yo te mato. But again, like, if that ever happens, I would never want my kids to see me struggle to a point where my mom I saw my mom's like deep down, and like she was just like miserable. And she made ends meet because of her kids. Sometimes she wouldn't even eat to give us food.
Facts.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's just, I would never want my kids or the next generation of Pukas or whatever's go through what we went through.
Or
I'm making my kids
whatever.
fucking suffer.
Shout out to Paulette. She
No.
mentioned this a lot
Oh,
last
yeah,
podcast. Like, she wants her. This was a nice clip.
I love.
She wanted her kids to make mistakes so they could grow.
Of course.
We all want
No.
that. We all
Make
want that.
mistakes.
Yeah.
I can help
we
you
don't
make
want-
mistakes, but
yeah.
I don't want you to hit rock bottom like our
Yeah.
family
Yeah,
did.
that's
I
too
want you
much.
to
No.
evolve.
I think what she's just saying, she doesn't want our generational struggle to start from ground zero.
Yeah. I'm with that. That's
I want
exactly.
you at least to be at grade 1, so where you can see maybe you can't have the new fucking Louis Vuitton because you ain't spoiled,
Yeah.
but
They should never
Work-
have that shit.
yeah, no,
Let me
work
just tell you
for-
something.
Exactly.
We want-
If you get your kid Louis Vuitton at any age from before 18,
Then you have a serious problem.
we're fighting.
We're fine.
No, work for your shit. And that's one thing that
Thank
me and my boyfriend stand on. If we have kids, well, when we have kids, it's more so like they can be spoiled. Like, we never grew up spoiled. We never grew up with the amount of money that one day, thank God, we'll have. But you can't grow up thinking that, cut that out. A privileged person, and I can have whatever I want in this world. No, you have to grow up with morals and you have to grow up with standards. If you want a Louis, go work
for it.
and go get it. After 4 paychecks, you can talk to me and be like, Mommy, can I take you to... Yeah, of course, I'll take you. You're using your credit card? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We can go.
I like that.
But you ain't growing up privileged and talking about,
Exactly.
Mom, get me this. Mm-mm.
I can guarantee you,
I love that.
I'm
That's
gonna
good.
have the car of the year, the 95-inch TV. I'm gonna have Louis.
Yeah.
And then if my kid, no, I don't want Louis. If my kid wants Louis,
We
they're
went
gonna
into Louis one time,
There's
and he
going
never turned
facts.
as white
facts.
as the damn paper
These are
so
facts.
easily.
Bro.
He said, "Give me water." He said, "Wait, do you charge for the water?" They were like, "Yeah." He said, "Never mind."
That's true story.
He said, "Never mind, never
True
mind."
fucking story.
He
You
said,
guys want to hear a funny story? I do want to touch base on that though, just because we're on the Louis topic. When I was in undergrad, the one thing I always told myself, when I get my big girl job, my gift to myself is gonna be a Louis bag.
Oh.
To this day, I don't have a Louis bag.
"Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that-
yo tengo
didn't come-
una bolsa de
But why?
Forever 21."
Why don't I have a Louis bag? Because I've realized there's so much more
What are you, 2?
to
Yeah.
life
She's 2.
than a freaking Louis bag. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, rent a house.
Exactly.
a
There's
car.
just so much more to life than like materialistic shit I don't care for, you know? But to touch base on to kind of circle back to like the generational like struggle and trauma, 100%, you know, like I think we've all witnessed our mother go through so much. Like I said, my mom was a single mom for
that's rough.
years, you know? Again, similar situation with Jaws. I was 4. My sister was a couple months old when we got kicked out of our childhood home. And we had to go live in an attic at my grandma's house. Very, like, in and out, so inconsistent. Like, my mom worked crazy hours with 2 kids going to her job. And she would feed us, like, whatever she can feed us. And my mom wouldn't eat either. You know, if it wasn't for my mom's coworkers at the time, my mom would not be eating. Like, literally, you know? But one thing I will say is, like, my dad wasn't really present in my life when I was younger. I don't know if it was by choice or because I wasn't allowing it until I was like 16. I think like around my sweet 16, we can all agree like me and my dad actually started forming like a healthy relationship, because I held
Healthier.
a lot of
Healthier.
right, because I held so much resentment and grudges like against my dad for like, I guess, abandoning us or whatever. So 100%, when I have my
Kudos
kids,
to her for forgiving
exactly, you know,
Yeah,
because it took
seriously.
a lot for me to kind of put everything aside and like have a conversation with my dad, like, you know what, like, I'm going to choose to forgive you, but if you let me down again, like, you're gonna lose your kid, you
That
know.
was
And
very
my dad
wise.
knows that, right? So even now, like, that's why I say my dad is my best friend. Like, I can tell my dad any and everything, and my dad will always like keep it real with me. My mom, on the other hand, my mom, like, I know that her intentions are pure and genuine, but I think like my
It's a
mom will
tougher
always kind of
relationship.
judge me. You know, me and my mom didn't talk for like 4 years, all of undergrad.
Hold on. There's
you
also a
know?
stigma that said that like female to female, like daughter to mother, when there's good times, there are good times. When there's bad times, there are bad
is
times.
bad times, right?
With daughter and father, there'll never be bad times. 'Cause the father will always care. No,
In a way. In a way.
You love how he said usually when he looked at me because I rolled
Well,
my
you know,
eyes.
Yeah.
you know what it is. You know what it
like-
is. Hold on, before you continue. You know what it is with them. They lived horrible upbringings. You know, struggle upbringings. We're not gonna, downgrade that. It's just that two different scenarios. Two
Yeah.
different. Just to give you an idea, two different scenarios from the father perspective. But what I will say, one father played.
Stepped up.
One father
Oh.
has always been there financially, just not
Oh.
presently.
Right.
So, I'm aware of that. And one father played a longer ballpark in the beginning and just hasn't played it for the second part. You know what I mean? So it's two different scenarios.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
Like your father was just there longer than her father was.
Oh.
Presently.
Okay, I
Right.
understand.
But not emotionally,
Not
financially,
financially, not
like nothing
emotionally,
else.
For the
nothing,
second part of your life.
Right.
For the next 20 years of my
For
life.
the second
20
part
years.
of your
You know,
Let me say something real quick.
That camera's not on you.
Oh, yes, it is.
Now it
No,
is.
Okay,
he's
well,
flipping. He's
you
flipping.
suck and you didn't provide anything.
no, we cannot put that in that.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
I'll
We
be there.
cannot put.
Well, let me tell you something.
Let go of the grudge.
No,
No,
that's
no.
a difference. You have, like you just said, you had to have more time to process.
Correct.
Let me just give Anthony a sneak peek, right?
Mm.
Uh-oh.
So,
Are you ready?
all right,
Cheers.
ready? Because this is
Hold
tea.
on.
Cheers.
Hold on. What part are we on?
I don't know.
We're
Yeah,
peace.
good question.
Completely off topic.
It's okay,
Let me
it's
give
okay.
you.
We're on world. This is part of world peace
Espérate,
at this point.
Yeah, because my world
It's about to be World War III.
So my dad, right? My dad was married to my mom. He had me. Cool, whatever.
Sure.
Then I wanted a sister. Cool. She came along too. Ashley. Shout out to Ashley. Her
You didn't
birthday's
want
March
this
3rd.
sister.
I asked for it. Anyways,
You got a sister. You didn't ask for
I don't want your logical thinking. Please be dismissed.
it. Look at that. You see?
Anyways, so my father, well, I can't call him
Your
that because he's
father,
here.
your biological
My
father.
sperm donor, right? Because that's what I call him, sperm donor. Because all he provided was sperm. He
That's not true.
decided to have an
I don't
affair
think she wants to.
with a girl in his country, right? Okay, cool. You had a girl, whatever. Now he got her pregnant, right? So
Duh.
now you have a kid over in El Salvador.
Mhm.
Then he came here and he was like, "Oh my God, no, I love you. I love my family." And at that point, I was 14, almost 15. I didn't fuck with him.
You're beginning high
You
school.
are being a whore and I don't respect you and I don't like you anymore because you brought your whore to the United States. And guess what? She lived at the first floor of our house.
Damn.
So you disrespected me. So guess what I did? I went to my grandma's house. I said, At 14 years old, I went to my grandma's house and he was like, "No, I want my daughter back. She's a kid. She can't," whatever. Went back to my house because he kicked her out. Do you think that stopped the affair? No. So then he decided to kick us out of our family house. He kicked me out of my childhood home where I grew up to put his mistress in the house, right? So he put the mistress in the house. The mistress is dirty. She decided to send pictures to everyone in the Puka house. I'm exposing you. Everyone in the Puka house, he decided to send pictures of both of them in bed. Okay?
Really? Wow.
So now a couple years go by. I was trying
I was
to
a young
put
kid.
I was trying to
I
put
remember
my
this.
pride
I
aside.
will vouch for this.
And I was going to make amends with my father. Listen, my father, at the end of the day, he's my dad. I can't do anything about it. I can't change my I can, but I can't change my bloodline, right? So, whatever. I try to be a big girl and I try to forgive him and I try to, have amends with his girl. And I said, as long as you don't talk about my mother or my siblings, I'm cool with you. Don't fuck with them. I won't fuck with you. Cool. Next day, Girl calls my sister fat. What? I'm sorry. Say it again.
Just don't play
Okay.
about her sister.
Don't play about my sisters and my mother. My mother may have a man now, but forever and always, I will be the face of the name and I will mess you up. So I said, okay, cool. I looked at her and I said, the next time you talk about my sister, I'm going to call someone on you and you're not going to be here anymore. She said, oh, okay, I won't do it. So now, right, my dad defends his girl for calling my sister fat. You're defending a girl that you cheated on with against your daughter. First and foremost, I don't care if that's your girl that you fell in love with and you love her. Your daughters come first.
Right. Yeah.
Your daughters forever will come first. I have daddy issues because of him. He is the
But we're healing.
He is the worst
We're
father
healing.
on this planet. I can never, ever, ever make any excuse for him because he is the worst father. He is not a father. That's why I call him a sperm donor. He gets upset.
Let me. I'm gonna chime in after.
Yeah, he gets upset because he didn't provide anything. The first 5 years of my life, you said something. You know what he said? And I'm gonna disclose it. He said, I te maldigo que naciste. You know what that means? I forbid.
Repent.
I hate that you were born. So tell me how a woman, right? Now that I'm a woman and now that I'm a daughter and now that I want to have my own kids, I would never, ever, ever, ever in my life say that to my children. But again, like Diodavi said, he was whatever. He had an old mentality or whatever. And he's just stupid, right? Okay. When he dies, I want you to call all your kids and see who shows up. Because the person that you were asking for money, which was me, I was working a full-time job at Banana Republic. I didn't make money. I made $18 an hour. You were asking me for money when you were a father and you should be giving me money. You never did anything. Even now, financially, he fights with my sister at telling her, oh, stop buying bras, stop buying underwear, stop buying clothes. My mans, you just had a whole wedding at a venue that was worth at least $20K. Photographer, DJ, the venue, the food, the liquor, everything. A dress, rings, ceremony. That was at least
DJ.
$20K. Yeah, DJ. At least that was $20K. So my family trauma, like for me, is one, I will always show face for my sister. That's number one. Two, I will never my sister or my mother go hungry. Oh, even my little sister. She's my stepdad's child. I would never let them. First of all, no one talk about my sisters. That's number one.
No,
A1 daughter.
Yeah, no. I would don't talk about my sisters. Two, don't talk about my mother. Three, don't talk about my stepdad because that man has provided more than he has ever in his entire life. So that's just background. That's not even the full story.
Yeah, don't tell the full story.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I can't.
This is where I.
But thank you for the.
Yeah, this is where I.
This is where Theo David's
this is where I
perspective gets into play.
This is where I
It
chime in
gets
because
a little
Let's not-
hostile.
because I use
Josh is about to
logic.
get
Before you get into,
spicy.
this is your brother?
No, this is my my
No.
sister.
Your
No.
sister. Okay,
Sister's
okay.
ex-husband.
Mine.
That's your brother.
No.
No.
So that's
No,
my
no.
brother's kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
just want to
My
make sure.
dad, Edward,
my
is his
mom-
brother.
Yeah, my mom married a
Outside the
Salvadorian,
family.
Okay.
and that's her ex-husband.
Shout out to
now.
El Salvador though.
Okay. Now,
Safest country in the world
I
right
have
now.
to pee. You can talk.
Yo,
Shiva.
did you
Wait,
have?
but you're supposed to be here to hear him talk. Oh my god. Well, I will.
No, you're not
kind
gonna
of
rebuttal
agree
anything.
with what you have to say.
You're not gonna rebuttal. So
I'm not. I think I
from my
healed.
point of view, no. Obviously, there's a lot of friction still new in the air.
Yeah.
But what I try to tell her all the time is like, fine, you're a grown fucking adult. I don't care if you have resentment over your father. You're a 24-year-old. Let your life be resentful against a man that birthed you. And I'm not siding with him. That is the contrary to what I'm not doing any of that. What I'm saying is that I'm putting myself in a position of not him, putting myself in a reason. Her father, my brother, did the same shit times 2.
Yeah.
He's a person that, sadly, he's a person that did better than him, even though he fucked up twice. Always financially, maybe there were still some fights. I'm not going to say he was a perfect human being, but financially, he's always provided at least something to their upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but 2 different scenarios. One left very early in her age, one left later on. So she was more aware of what was going on. She was aware, but she was also
I think I became more aware as
Yeah,
time went on.
she also got a perspective from her mom, like your dad's a piece of shit, he's a scumbag, doesn't send money.
But in defense, I started to see where my mom was coming from because let's be
from
realistic.
certain angles,
My
yes.
dad was a piece of shit. He didn't
for certain
point.
angles, yes. But what I'm saying is that everyone's situation is different. So when I told her, you're a grown ass woman, you can do what you want. I just don't want her ideology to rub off on her sister. The reasons I say that is because people mess up in this world. That is 100% true. I am not justifying what he's done. I am not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying any of that. People mess up. People are, and I said to her, when you bite into it, when you respond to this shit that he's doing, it's like a fire that's going to keep fucking rising. Someone has to put out the fire. And then you hear the perspective, oh, but I don't want to be the better person, or I shouldn't have to be. He's the father. I'm not telling you to be the better person. I'm telling you, do not let one person's mistake dictate how your life is at all. Because first of all, fuck the mistress, whatever her name is. I don't care for her. All I care for is what's present right now for me, which is my inner family. And I've always told her, just don't pass that ideology to your sister, because let your sister develop. And she says yes, but their relationship is rocky. But I'm like, let her develop her own opinion.
But it's not that. That's where I come in, because it's not that it's rocky, right? It's the fact that it's non-existent. It doesn't, he plays the same part he played with me. If you're a deadbeat dad with your firstborn that you hated that was born, you would think that you would make the second relationship in your life better. Like the second daughter my sister was a daddy's girl.
Hold on. But before you continue, that's your assumption.
It's not an assumption.
No.
I've seen it.
No. Assumption that you just said that you would assume he would make it better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but why would he? He started another family. I'm not justifying this. I'm telling you, he's moved on. And that's, it's not that I'm saying that's okay, but we have to accept it and move on too. Now, if there's legal action, like he's not paying child support, he's not doing blah, 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 that's a different topic. But emotionally, what you have to realize, this man, already you told me, right? You just gave me a perfect example. Life is full of energy, and what energy you put out to the world comes right back to you. You told me this man asked you for money when you were in Banana Republic. How do you think life is treating him? You said he got married now, but guess what? That energy that he put into that wedding, if he did anything morally wrong or ethically wrong into the world by not providing to his other family, guess what's going to happen in a couple of years? He might get divorced.
Oh, no.
God forbid.
I say that. No, God forbid.
No. But
I hope he understands the struggle.
There is going to be things that happen, and let them happen naturally. You don't dictate energy. You don't have to dictate. And it goes the same way. You cannot view someone else's relationship like you view your uncle. You may respect him, not respect him. He's still your uncle no matter what. But guess what? This is why I tell my mom so much. Obviously, my mom's always going to defend my brother till the end of her death, because that is her blood, her son. Yeah. But I always say to anyone, I don't care in the future. Hopefully, I keep the same energy with my kids. If my kids do something fucked up, I don't care if you're my blood. I don't care if my semen made you. If you do something wrong, and I believe, and we all know that it's wrong, and I try to get to you, and you not responding to the wrong you're doing, you're just a crappy human being. And this is where you need to learn your lesson, get your consequences, and make up for it later on. If it's not today, it's tomorrow.
I don't believe that I have to do any wrongdoing, and I don't have to play a part in having his karma reach him. It will reach him. Karma is a full circle. It's going to reach you whether you like it or not. I'm not saying I have to play a part, but I definitely don't have to respect you. I definitely don't have to acknowledge
and that's where we agree.
Yeah,
I even said that to
definitely don't have to give a fuck about what happens to you. But most certainly, you will never have my sentiment, my feelings. You will never have me feel sympathy for you. I will never feel a type of way about you. Now you made your bed, right? Lay in it. You decided not to provide for me. You decided not to care about me. You decided not to even care about your second daughter. You want to feel like that other family is more important. Cool. Kudos to you. El día. God forbid something happens to you, right? the day something happens to you, don't come crawling to your firstborn, because your firstborn is long gone. He ain't here no more. He had many years to repair it, and that's the thing.
He still has many years,
No,
Jocelyn.
he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No,
This-
it's long gone.
no,
That's
here's the.
I
This is
think
where I'm going
I
to use a strong
agree
word.
with-
You're a young
Here
I
lady.
is-
agree with you.
Here is the ignorant part that you don't want to move on, and I'm not pushing you to move on from it, and you will learn this too, because it's life. And listen, that's what I'm saying to you. It's happened within our own family. Yeah, good. It's happened within our own family that we have seen this structure play out. You cannot play pick and choose in this world. You better hope for the best of that individual, like them or not, because regardless if he fixes shit with you or doesn't, it's gonna get back to him regardless he like it or not. But that's what I'm trying to tell
Like what
you.
I said.
Do not dictate how your emotions are today for your future emotions. Like,
Anthony,
and do
I
not.
want to hear your point of view
Yeah,
now
go
that
ahead.
you know like the backstory.
I want to just say one thing. I think it's really unique because he's
Don't
an
be mad
uncle.
at
He's your uncle, but
Not
he's
gonna-
also around your same age.
Yeah,
Really-
which
really
is very
interesting.
rare.
Very
It's
rare,
very,
it's very
very
cool.
interesting for sure.
This is probably a side you don't
My
see.
mom would take
Yeah, yeah.
would take him
Yeah.
out in the city.
Yeah. Anthony's
I love
never.
that. I love this side of
Yeah,
you.
Anthony's probably never seen this side of me.
Probably not. I don't
So-
think a lot of your friends haven't.
So I
They've
think-
never
very
seen
rare.
the uncle side of
They've
him.
never.
He's very weak for us.
Shit.
You don't
That's
play.
good. That's good.
Keep going.
So I really think I really see. I understand. This is still early. You're still going through it. I completely agree with you that you don't have to respect him. That he did a lot of. He has made a lot of mistakes.
No one's disagreeing on that part. Yeah.
Mhm.
But Puka, what he's trying, he doesn't want you. I think what you're trying to say really is like he doesn't want you to feel so affected that you can never forgive him. Like, is there? Let me ask you this: is there something he could do today that would at least put you on the path to forgiveness?
No, they're too early. I think. Past
Too
at
early.
least speaking.
Speaking, yeah.
No, we were speaking before, but the issue is that you choose to not defend your. That's my trigger. You don't defend your kids. Whether it's from the wife that you never wanted or it's the wife that you never loved, whatever it is, your kids are still your kids. You made them possible. So the fact that you don't even step up to care about your kids, even financially, if he wouldn't bitch about $100, I wouldn't care. I would be like, listen, I miss my dad. I miss him to the core of me. I'm a very big daddy's girl. I would love my dad. My dad would be top notch if he were at least financially stable. If he would text me like, hey, Ma, how are you doing? That's the difference between my dad and her dad. He never asked me how I was doing. Anthony, I'm going to tell you. Theo, I'm going to tell you. He knows.
No, hold on.
Anthony,
What if he
hold on,
were
before
to-
you answer that?
Hold on.
You answered his question. You
No,
didn't
there's-
even, no. You didn't even answer. You didn't
Yeah.
even realize it.
Yep.
You answered his question and
Without
you didn't even
you
realize.
saying
Thank you, because you just proved my point. You just said all I want him is to defend his daughters. The moment he starts to realize that and he does it,
You'll be good.
you will have at least now
an
A
inch.
This much
little bit of
respect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that's really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he has to start providing that.
So
To move
at
Not
forward.
even
least
providing, just
defend it.
defending.
What if he were
Provide-
to
provide that-
apologize? Let's say he.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. What if he were to text you one day, and
No.
sincerely, genuinely apologize?
There's no
Hold on.
sincerity on a
Hold-
text.
but
I would
hold
need you
on.
to come to me in person.
Okay, hold on. I didn't say text.
No.
Hold on.
You did say
you did say text.
I did say text.
I guess maybe to initiate it.
There
to
we
meet
go.
in
Yeah,
person.
to initiate like a meetup. You
We
know,
need
what
to-
if he
we
were
need to
to
talk.
apologize to you
Heartfelt.
with all sincerity and genuineness? Apologize for putting you and Ash and your mom through everything he put you through, and he truly, truly means it, and he wants another chance at,
Being a dad?
I don't know if being that's like a long stretch, but maybe like having your, I guess, a little bit of like an ounce of respect and like just having communication with you.
That would be better. I would if he were to text me and be like, "Hey ma, I want to see hey mommy, I want to
Can we
sit with
talk?
you. I want to talk to you." Cool.
Would you
Oh, so
agree
you-
with would you
Yeah,
agree
I'll
with
talk
that
to
though?
him.
Oh, that's
I'll talk
good.
to
That's
him.
really good.
Are you
Just-
sure?
I
'Cause
will
feel
talk
like
to
a-
him.
I think
Genuinely, I would speak to him and I would hear him out. That doesn't mean that I'm going to accept your apology if I don't feel like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
sincere.
You can
Exactly.
process
But if
after.
I could sit down with you and be like, "Hey, okay, you can just talk to me," and I'll be like, "This,
That's the
Yeah.
point of what I'm trying to get to. Point of conversation, point of sparking a talk. And no one here said that you should forgive him. No one
Right.
here said that you need to talk to him. No one said anything. I'm saying keep the door open for the future of change. That's all I said to you. And I said to you, do not branch out your hatred to the other individuals that could possibly get here's the hard, ugly fact. You may not be the point of contact that he comes to first to forgiveness. It might be Ashley. It might be your mom. You don't know. So what I'm saying to you also is like later on in the future, right? You have to realize that this situation could happen to you. I can be such a great uncle right now, and I can be your dad to my partner. But you, because you know me, you'll have some love for me. But I would expect the exact opposite. I need you guys to understand that you can't pick and choose because of the people who are close to you, what kind of energy you're throwing to them. If you value that wrong, you're going to speak your opinion and you're going to let them know it.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's your uncle, me, your cousin. If she does something wrong, if she's the dad in your playbook in her family, I hope you fucking slap her and tell her
I hope
she's
so.
doing wrong.
I hope I'm never.
No. That's what I'm saying. We're hoping.
That's the
My
thing, though.
playbook.
I understand. I respect the fact that he's my father, and I respect the fact that he made me who I. Made me who I am. He played a really big role in who I am.
Correct.
I'm a very independent, strong,
You don't know
financially
who you are.
stable woman.
Correct.
I understand who I
Preach.
am. Thank God that you did what you did, because now I know who I can
It's made you
provide for and
stronger.
who I can do. I am stronger because of what you did to me.
Yeah.
Cool. I give you those props. Cool. If you reach out to me 5 years from now and you're like, hey, I want to talk to you, I really feel like, cool, I'll hear you out. Don't ever think that just because, or maybe if he doesn't reach out to me, I tell my sister all the time, Ash, you should talk to him. You should tell him how you feel, because she gets really annoyed. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, talk to him. Reach out to him. Call him. Tell him what you feel. And then she's like, no.
How the fuck did we get here, honestly?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It went through
Derailed.
world peace. It went to world peace.
Derailed so
I think I
much.
could wrap it up with something nice.
Yes, let's wrap
I'm
it
very
up.
hopeful because you have an open heart.
Me too.
Mhm.
And I really think what Puga is saying, like he will definitely at some point.
I know you will.
Yeah, he'll come through. And I think since you have an open heart, something beautiful is awaiting. And as long as you keep that open heart, like that's a really wonderful thing.
And
I really
just
hope
to
it
add
does.
to that, I'm also hopeful because Joss and I are very alike. Very different, but very alike. And I strongly believe that, like, if I can forgive my dad for everything that he has done, I truly, truly believe that so can Joss. Doesn't mean you need to have the same relationship I have with my dad with yours, but maybe just have a better relationship with him in the long run. And you want to know when I think that will happen? When you have your own kids.
Ooh, damn. Could be. Yeah.
I think
Life's
that
going to change big time.
because when you have your own kids, like, just your perspective on life generally changes.
The only thing is that, as fucked up as it sounds, the only reason why I would feel like I would be hesitant to that would be out of respect for my mother.
Well, you know what? Here's
That's
a
a whole other
here's
topic.
a tough pill to
Yeah.
swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck your mom in the point of your relationship with your father. I'm being so honest with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, and that's the god awful truth. If she ever come up to me, oh my God, Jocelyn's talking to her dad. I'd literally tell your mom,
Like, get over it.
go fuck yourself, get over it, and go over there because
that's his
your
she would never.
No.
She
That's what I'm saying.
encourages the fact that I would talk to her.
Listen.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
bondship
that's a true woman
between
right there.
divorced parents will never be the same.
Yeah.
No matter, even if you have a mutual agreement to, hi, here to pick up him. Okay, have a nice day. Boom, drop off kid. That's it. That's what a divorced, mutual, nice divorced couple will be. There are some people that take it to the extra mile. They'll still have dinner together and shit like that to discuss their kids' progression, which is fine and beautiful, but not everyone gets to that point. It's very hard to get to that point.
Not every woman can be woman enough to respect the fact that is their children's father, no matter what.
Correct, exactly. But let's change the topic because
next
now
topic.
I don't even know how the.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Good
Let's
job.
wrap it up. Last topic.
Oh,
Right.
you left him hanging. He gave you a high five.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice job.
All right. All right. This is a good question. It's a 2-part question, but it's the last question.
Okay.
And then we get to the fire question. Is it acceptable to have a relationship with a significant age difference?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. What is a significant age difference comfortable with you?
With me, honestly, you can't be more than okay. I'm 24.
24.
I think the oldest I would date is like 29, 30.
That's actually not that even bad.
5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's-
like 29,
so
30.
you're at a
Yes.
normal age difference. I don't think that's a significant age. I'm talking about like 10 years plus.
Mm.
Starting
You know,
at 10 and going up.
honestly, me personally, I just wouldn't.
Okay, personally, okay. Like,
Max,
But I respect it.
Max. I would do maybe 7 or 8 years. Right now, I'm at a 5-year age gap. I
2
mean,
years.
Oh,
technically in my head, he's 40,
Oh.
so it's like a 10 years.
Damn,
Same
she's
age.
coming for you
horrible.
today. What happened?
horrible math, honestly.
I think you need a drink.
What about you?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
I feel like men go younger.
yeah, I would like to go younger.
You guys fucked it all up for me, honestly.
Why?
When I met a girl that I was talking to a couple weeks
Oh.
ago.
My God, what?
No, a couple weeks ago, we were talking, and then she tells me her age, and she was younger than you two. She was 22. I said, "Ew, get away."
Does she have a profession?
Yeah.
I'm like, did you just call me Theo?
Pookie.
So I do
Wait,
not.
hold on. Does she have a profession?
I do
Yes.
not date women now.
Wait,
Less
Whatever.
than 24.
Theo, but does she have a profession?
I would
Doesn't
agree
matter.
with
I
that.
end the
No,
conversation.
I have a question. Does she have
Oh.
a profession?
That doesn't matter, baby.
No,
We
no. Shut up.
We didn't get that far. She
It
said
don't
24, and I
matter.
said, "Oh, you must know my nieces." As a joke.
I honestly, if you were talking or
Hit him up
dating,
again.
hold
We'll
on.
Make sure you come
No. 22? That's a gold digger.
He said
No.
24.
Gold digger. Too bad I'm
22?
broke.
No, bye. You can go over there. If you date,
I got the 401k
no,
though.
hold on. If you date or talk to anyone less than 25,
Yeah,
25.
25 is a good age.
I will personally come give you a whole therapy session. Like, what is going on? Do you want to talk about it? Because
No.
I just don't.
No.
I
I don't
can't.
agree. I don't
You want to
agree.
know why? No,
Theo.
but hold on. You want to know why?
No, well, hold on. I didn't get to answer my
Because-
second part. You can continue.
Okay. Because
I think 10 years is good, but
Okay.
you guys ruined it for me, so I can't go 10 years younger.
well, I think we are both responsible, mature young women.
I only think it's eligible for consideration si tiene a
Una carrera and a good head on her shoulders.
If she has a career, I feel like she has a good head on her shoulders. So, like, say she was a teacher. Okay.
No, you want to know why I say
Wait,
no?
wait.
No.
Shut up. We could party with her. She could be like,
That's what he doesn't want. That's what he doesn't want.
They can
No.
party with her.
I'm gonna tell you why. The Corona
So you're
opener
gonna
for
go-
the Corona. Wait,
let's go.
let's just give it a quick little shout out. The Corona opener for the Corona.
I like the stairs better.
Okay, ready? So look, I'm gonna tell you why I would not.
I have
be
a
in
question. If
agreement
I go live,
with
would it
that.
interfere with the mic?
No.
No.
So
here
they
we
can
go.
ask us
No.
questions?
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
go-
it would.
yeah.
Okay, look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
Damn.
tell you why I don't think it would be an okay, because I think me and Joss have a pretty good insight on what today's generation of females are like. So we would not want you to be with anyone from this generation.
I don't think I would either. I think I'd be
'Cause
scared.
Let's be realistic.
I'd be scared.
As a female, females ain't shit. Okay?
Yeah, let's go.
They would have to pass the Ange and Joss test.
Ooh.
If we cannot vibe with this person, they are not welcome in this
You know what's
family.
funny? I will tell you a funny story about the past. I have to tell this story because it's funny.
Which one?
I didn't think they were
Where
gonna
I
get
threatened
along.
to beat up your ex?
No, I
Oh.
didn't think my ex girlfriend and my niece were gonna vibe, but they vibed really well. Jocelyn made me buy her a bunch of stuff that she already had picked out for her at fucking Banana Republic. And Ange and her were cracking up, almost starting fires in the middle of the street with the firecrackers.
Well, to be fair, we
It
were a
was
little
scary.
under the influence.
Yeah,
It was the 4th of July.
bro. When that firecracker went under that car, I'm like,
I'm like, yeah, okay,
I'm
wait.
saying, I'm
Can I
serious.
tell the story? Wait, no, I'm gonna tell the story really quickly. It was the 4th of July. Me and his ex were very much under the influence.
They called me on FaceTime type shit.
And we were just there, whatever, like, oh my God, do you think he'll get mad? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I mean, that's your boyfriend. He can't tell me nothing. That's not my dad. And then he was like, well, I was like, no, I take that back. Don't tell him I said that. And then the firecracker goes underneath the car and we're looking at it and we're like,
They both looked at me like, Theo, that thing just.
I was
she
like,
called me Theo. And then
what's
the
gonna happen?
firecrackers went out of the car. I'm like, run.
Yeah, and
Good
we ran to and I think we ran to the driveway.
Thank God.
And then as soon as it went off, me and her looked at each other and we're just like,
It was bad.
we were just laughing.
I thought I lost my house that day. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting sued right now.
And he was just like, he didn't know what to do with us because we're just like two buffoons.
They both called me on
Laughing.
FaceTime talking
Can I get the
about.
White Claw?
There's no more. They
Can I
called
get a
me on
beer?
FaceTime and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, Joss,
Damn,
pull
that's how
up,
you
pull up,"
know.
and I was like,
That's
"Okay,
how
I'm
you know.
coming."
Yeah,
I'm coming. And
it
then
was.
I never came.
It was a good year. I think it was a really good year. That was the funny part.
That's I never heard that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Thank
really
you.
funny. Okay. Were you gonna say anything about the expectation of the years, or you?
Expectation of the year.
Expectation.
Next
Year gap.
question.
The year gap.
Oh, year gap. I think it's
Oh.
100% applicable. I think that an appropriate age gap would be like 7 to 8 years. And I think that's good. Because then if you're like reaching 10 years, I feel like there's a lot of machismo involved and they affect a lot of the wife. But if it's like 7 to 10 age, you can still like understand my viewpoint, but you have an older viewpoint. So it's like in the middle.
Would you look?
Ask that. Yeah, ask your question.
Would you look would you look to your man to like teach you things? Because he's a bit older, more experienced.
No, I'm very stubborn. So I would be like, you're wrong.
Really?
I understand.
Wait, really?
She is very stubborn, but
I think I would want, if I'm dating someone older, I would want them to teach me things in life that I am very close-minded to, maybe.
They don't know
or like
shit.
naive
I know
towards.
better.
You don't know that?
I like her over there with her answer. But hold on, I like with the answer.
What?
With the answer,
Oh,
I like her answer.
I was about
But
to say,
let's
excuse you.
ask a question on what you
listen,
just said.
over there.
Why does society play such a? Is it really?
Yeah.
Why does society play such a toxic? Oh God. Why do you think
He
society?
said more pukas run the world.
Who is that?
Cuisine Quick.
Cuisine Kings, one of the
Block him.
one of the guys.
Block him. Let me see.
Cuisine Cake said, "Yeah, here we go. More
Let me see.
pukas run the
We
world."
do run the world.
Shout out, brother.
I gotta block that account. I know who's running it right now. The laziest editor in the world.
Herbert, they came for you.
Damn. Listen, we tried to vouch for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo intenté,
Try it,
pues.
remember.
Okay,
No,
go.
Right, we tried.
Yeah.
Wait, why do you think? Why do you think that though? Why do you think there's a lot of? Why do you think society places like a toxic thing on the
Machismo?
machismo thing? Yeah.
I feel like society now has made it seem like men have the overall say with women, and now women feel like no. Society.
Society. Like
society.
social media. This is social media.
Society feels like when men play their part as a man and they're overpowered and they feel like they need to provide more and they need to give more, they're supposed to be the only ones in the house that have a say. So let's say for example, right? I go get drunk with my friends.
Oh shit.
And I get fucking hammered and I come home. Maybe a top
Say excuse me.
Excuse
me. You're nasty.
Oh, hey, you're getting hit on. Guy in the gray looks good.
Is it Cuisine Kings? Yeah, typical.
Shoot your shot.
That page got hacked.
Yo, that's
He's
crazy.
single and ready to mingle.
That page got hacked.
Anyways, I feel like men, like a machista man, and I don't want to sound a little racist right now, but sometimes it's Central American men that grow up with that ideology.
That's true. That is all.
And they're like, hey, a woman is supposed to stay home, cook, clean, fend for my kid, and give me food on the table by 6 p.m., even though you're working.
You're going to get it at 8, boo.
That's like my viewpoint on Central American men, right?
Viewpoint.
So they're like, hey, you're supposed to do this. And if it's not done, you're not a good woman. That's the only viewpoint I see that men are like that. And that's why the toxicity plays with the machismo, because men really thought back then,
Yeah, it was
right?
back then.
That they could play a role where they're like, oh, well, you're supposed to maybe work, right? Your job isn't that hard. Work, fend for my kid, give me food, and get laid. And clean the house.
Let me give you
you're
a different
supposed to do that
perspective.
like clockwork and not give a fuck.
Yeah,
So now that they are maybe possibly not doing as much or that, or maybe they're tired. Women get more tired than men. You guys can be out there hustling. You guys come home, eat go to sleep. We have to fend for the child, cook, clean, make sure the house is tidy, make sure your laundry's
Old
done.
society.
Old society. But even new
even
new society,
Hold on,
women choose that path.
Yes,
Yo te
but
mato a ti.
no.
What is this?
Let me put a question to your crazy rebuttal. I think that you are 100% correct that social media makes it sound like. What
I
is,
have a question on there.
is it Herbert?
By Cuisine Kings.
Don't ask.
It is Herbert.
Don't ask the question. Block
We
it.
have a question.
Block it.
Espérate. We have a question.
probably
What
something
does Mr. Puka do that bothers y'all the most?
Oh.
He's illogical.
Holy shit.
A logical viewpoint.
Anyways, continue.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
good question,
Just
actually.
let me have my moment of drama.
Yeah, correct.
Please
I don't do that.
Go ahead.
My rebuttal to that is like correct. I 100% agree with you girls that social media makes it play that aspect. But what if I told you a nice, normal, traditional household, a man just wants to provide for his family, give everything he can give, but all he asks for in return is that the house is clean, kids are taken care of, and you get everything you want.
I told you, a perfect world, right?
No, it is machista, but I'm saying, but I don't like the negativity on it because I feel like that's social media playing a role.
Yeah.
But a man's real intentions are like, and don't get me wrong, there are men that abuse this right. There are men that play like the asshole, the husband. Oh, it's not cooked. Like, you know what I mean? Like horrible fucking men that.
Yo lo mato.
Yeah, horrible men that played
that means
the
I'll
negative
kill
role.
him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I'm saying like there are men that want to provide that kind of household life and mean all intentionally good. You know what I mean? Okay, you don't have to work. I'll do all the work. But just make sure that my house is right, my kids are taken care of.
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's the ideal.
Excuse me. Yo, there's the
It's every time when I talk, it's just
right. You're so rude. So rude.
No.
Fun fact: though, it's the first time that I'm drinking like an actual beer, like
fun
voluntarily.
Yeah, I'm
I
drinking.
hate
What
it,
is this?
but I'm sucking
It's
it
a White
out
Claw.
because there's
Finish
no more
it.
White Claw.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Where's the tequila?
Yeah, that's ideal. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. I'm gonna provide the world, but I need the world provided back in certain, terms and conditions in the contract. No, but yeah, I'm looking for that stability. I think presentation of the household, that's a really beautiful thing. It's easier said than done, and a guy can't do that really. But a guy should clean all that good stuff. Absolutely, that. Like, a guy cannot be like an animal and then just put that all on the girl. No. But overall presentation, primary function from a woman.
Yeah, it's like
to help
50-50.
on that. Yes. Like, that's
No.
we are very simple. That's
I
all.
agree.
Like,
No.
We
I
will
agree
provide
with
the
you.
world.
I agree with you because, okay, so I own my first home, right? So
Shout out.
I'm envious.
I was 23 when I closed on my first home ever. So I get that point because it's like I want my house to look presentable and nice, But one thing I've realized is it's kind of off topic, but it's like, let's be realistic. Like, the finances after closing on a home will not allow you to have your home look presentable until X amount of time. But eventually, when I have my family and everything, of course, I want to have a nice, decent looking home that is not messy, that's not raggedy and there's a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. Life is hard. If you have kids, your house is never going to be 100% presentable. There's going to be times where it's your kitchen and your living room may be clean, but your hallway could be messy with a whole bunch of toys or if you have pets and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think he's talking to the fucking point where everything needs to be top notch.
No,
it's just a presentable, decent home.
Yeah.
Like basically what I'm saying is
he doesn't come home to shit all over his house.
When someone says your house looks good, I'm be like, yo, that's my wife. My wife did that.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna try to take credit. She overall did that.
But if you had some part in that, then take that's me and
I
my
built
girl.
the closet, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. Me and my wife put a lot of work into making our home look nice, I don't think it's all up to the women.
All right. Let's get to the final final thing. It's called the fire questions.
Fire questions.
Fire.
This is a problem. Then we get into like a whole hour
Are we gonna get
discussion.
spicy?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Are we gonna get spicy?
No, fire question means like rapid. Like
just quick
I'm
answer.
gonna ask you a question. Some of them are a little bit corny, but once you get an answer, you say it.
Okay.
Okay. So first one goes to Jocelyn, then Angie. What's the first thing you do if you win $1 million today?
Buy a house.
One more time.
Buy a house.
Okay. Good. Angie.
Oh wait, I have another answer. Buy an X6 BMW X6.
Okay, so buy a house and then use the rest of the money. Well, no,
A car, baby.
because are you buying a house in New York?
It depends.
If you're buying a house in New York, then you have a down payment for X6
Okay, so I'll pay.
because New York
Yeah.
is expensive. Let's be real.
I'm getting my BMW X6.
Okay, so
A
down
car?
payment.
Baby, a car.
I'm getting a house and a car.
Yeah.
But a car over multiple homes.
No, I'm getting a
Yo,
house.
Get it? One,
yo.
half of them.
I like
Okay,
this.
habla
Same
okay.
age, but you know,
Okay,
different
okay.
priorities.
If I had that much money, I would buy one home in New York
You're done.
and wait, what?
That's it.
Okay, so hold on. We don't know what the housing market is gonna look like right then and there.
Right now.
Yo.
Okay, so let me take it back. Right now, if I won that much money, I'm buying properties in one of the freaking Carolinas because apparently
Okay,
it's
that's smart.
so cheap out there.
It is.
And I'm gonna rent it out. And maybe, just maybe, if I still have money left over, I will develop an apartment complex, if possible, in Guatemala and rent it out
Oh,
as
absolutely, you
Airbnb.
can do that.
You're
Absolutely.
all investing with it.
Money.
I told my man
Love
I
to
want
hear.
a BMW X6, so that's
Listen.
I
what
want
I'm getting.
income.
Listen,
Listen,
That's good.
life is
Guys.
hard. I want income.
These are two different perspectives. These are good.
I want my kids to be.
My kids will be
Chilling.
fine living in their house,
All right.
but I want my
Next.
BMW X6.
Angie, you go first on this one.
Uh-huh.
If you could choose to have a superpower, what would you choose and why?
A superpower? I would want to be invisible.
Yo, it's a book. Yo, it's a book.
What do you mean?
Wait,
Yeah,
can I ask you? Can I?
Wait, why?
Can I ask
why?
you why?
Why? Because I want to be able to kind of creep up on people.
I know it. I know it. I know it.
Why
I know the pukas are creepy, bro,
I
but
want
not
to be
me. Not me.
serious. Like, I want to be able to creep up on people, especially Cookie. And, like, I want to know, like, what they're doing when I'm not around. Like, are y'all talking
You know,
shit?
hold on. You know what's funny? Hold on, stop. This is why I had a disclaimer in the beginning when I answered it the first time. I said not to be creepy because I knew if my bloodline would ever come back to this podcast, they do it for creepy reasons. I'm not doing it to scare or gossip people. I'm doing it to get the fuck out of horrible situations.
That too. No, that too. But the number one thing is I want to creep up on people and
That's
know
crazy.
what y'all
All
doing.
right, Jocelyn, same question. If you could choose to have a superpower, what would you choose and why?
Now I feel like I'm copying her. It's the same thing.
No, but it's a
But my reason being is because I want to see if people talk shit about me behind closed doors.
Being creepy. Being fucking creepy. That is.
I would love to be invisible or a mind reader. What are you
Okay.
thinking right now?
I think invisibleness is better because
It
I can
is
still
better.
read your mind when
you
you're
could
around.
like rob a bank if you're invisible,
Me
take all
too.
the money, and like you're.
But the
chilling.
money doesn't become invincible.
I can make it invisible
No, you
somehow.
can't.
No,
You don't
can't.
know that.
You're just invisible.
I will figure it
They're
out.
gonna see a floating
He's got
something.
something.
that's
Cerveza,
taking
por
money.
favor.
You gotta run fast.
Yeah. All right.
Then
Next,
I'm gonna go out the window or something.
next question goes to Jocelyn. If you're about to get into an unfair fight, who are you calling to have your back and why?
I'm calling two people.
No. You can only call one.
Andy.
And why?
She's a beast.
Yeah.
She.
Oh.
Una.
She
No
is short.
hesitation.
She
You
is short
don't
but
even-
dangerous.
I am. You don't even have to tell me a thing.
See,
I need
me
you to
would
beat
be
this
like,
bitch
guys,
up. Okay.
work it out, please. Figure it out. Wait, bitch. Shut up. Don't talk because
Wait
let
till
her
my
talk.
cousin gets here. Like,
Yeah,
hold
see?
on.
You know what's crazy? Both her
that.
parents have anger issues, so
Yep.
this might actually be attributing. To
I'm Edward's daughter and Wendy's daughter. Do not play with me.
That's true.
I'm
All
kidding.
right.
I'm actually the sweetest person.
Angie, same question.
I won't take offense.
She's like, I know you're
Because
not.
I'm a peacemaker. I will.
I love you, baby. I do, but I'm calling Brianna.
I knew it.
Oh.
I'm calling my
Brenda
sister.
called it. Brenda said me.
Yep, I'm calling my sister because my sister all I have to tell her is, I need you to beat this bitch up.
Wait.
Bet, I'm in there.
I one time stepped in front of Brandon when she was angry, and I said,
yo, Brianna don't play.
I said,
Brianna is going to hurt you with no hesitation.
Now, if it's a man, I would call my
girl.
uncle and my other uncle and, like, possibly a friend, and I'll be like, hey, I'm in trouble. Please come. And then they'll be there in the heartbeat.
I'm calling my
ready to
sister.
scrap.
Yeah.
And then if I have a second option, I'm calling my dad.
Yeah. See, that I would call my uncle, her dad, and my uncle,
My
and be
dad
like,
be like,
hey,
"What?
guys,
Where are
someone's
you?"
threatening me. Can you guys please come? He would probably try to make peace with it, but my other uncle would be like, I'm coming with a
He's
bat.
coming with Hasbro
Honestly-
with the bat.
Honestly, bro, I don't know. If someone was threatening my niece, I think I'd black out.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Oh,
Well, that's the beer telling me I'd black out.
Amazing.
are you done? Do you need a beer?
I'm good.
Yeah, he doesn't like beer.
Oh.
Me either, but I'm drinking it. I think you need to take one.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Barely
Can I be a
drinking.
pussy?
Take
Okay.
one for the podcast.
Hold on, we're about to finish. We're about to finish.
I got one.
Okay. Okay, so we both answered. Last question. Ready? Don't take this too serious. If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future, and why? Jocelyn? No, Angie, you go first. Oh, hold on. If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future, and why? I didn't have the camera on me, so I had to repeat the question.
Oh, that's a really good question. Okay. I think I would go.
And now, hold on. Before you continue, this doesn't have to dictate with your life. Like, you can go anywhere in the future that has nothing to do with your life. Even though, and you can go anywhere in the past that doesn't dictate your life, or it can dictate your life, whatever you want it to be.
I think I wanted to dictate my life.
Okay.
I think I would go to the future. Why? Because why would I willingly go back to the past when the past is the reason I am the way I am now, and I'm proud of who I am now. So I wouldn't want to change anything. You know, like I went through what I went through for a reason.
So what would you do in the future?
In the future, I would want to eventually like go to the point where I have my family and like I have my other home. I think I would want to see like how my life plays out once I have kids, just to kind of see like if I really only had one kid versus 4. You know, like no one knows. I think I would.
No one's ever said that.
Yeah, I would want to see how many kids I end up with, because I love kids and I do want kids, but I've always said I only want one, and if I had to have 2, it's because I had twins.
All right, Jocelyn, same question.
I would go back to the past. I would possibly change a little bit of my ideology and my decision making in the past. Not because it didn't make me who I am today, but I feel like I would still be the person I am today. I was always very independent. I was always very knowledgeable in certain aspects. And I was always very strong. I feel like I'm a very strong woman either way, like even past, future, present, doesn't matter. Like I'm very...
There we go. There we go.
Still very strong. So I would just go in the
Shout out
past.
to the trauma.
Yeah, I would possibly just go to the past and probably fix my relationships with a little bit of my siblings and my dad's side. And then I would fix my relationship with my mom, and I wouldn't give her a hard time when I was...
Oh, no, I don't
Just
regret
know-
That's
that.
so sweet.
Sorry,
There's a
Pooh.
clip.
Shout out, Mama Dukes.
There's a clip
Shout out,
from
Mommy.
me
You're
and
welcome,
Anthony
Wendy.
when we were talking, and I said to him, "There's a Spanish saying, whatever you've done to your parents,
That's why I can't have a daughter.
expect it 10 times worse with your
Yup.
kin."
I cannot have a
Not
I
for
can't have a
nothing.
daughter.
Not for
I
nothing,
can't.
Anthony. I gave my mom a really bad,
We were
bad
bad.
teenage years in
Oh.
like my high school time.
Literally.
My Theo would have to come to my house at least once a week.
Oh no! See that's the thing. That's the difference between us. I never got
Swear to
caught
Oh, no.
until
No,
I
we
was
got
like,
caught.
I never got caught.
We got caught
Well, I got caught once.
by my mom.
Once.
Caught,
Other than
like-
that, yeah, caught. But I've never.
In the
I
act?
was very
Nah,
strict.
nah.
No, one thing I will say, I'm gonna admit it now, and I'm sorry if my parents see this, which I don't think they will,
Wendy,
but
log off.
I will admit, I put my mother through hell. I would sneak out. I would come home drunk, like just
Well, I'll mute that.
twisted. Literally, like I was just like, I gave my mom hell. That's why I cannot
Me
have a
too.
daughter. Because my mom really went through the runner with me. And my mom stopped hitting me when I was like, in like middle school maybe?
My mom said,
But my dad, on the other hand, I think my dad went through it the worst because he knew that he had no control over me. although he thought he did. He was intimidating, but my dad knew he can never really control me because I was still going to do what I wanted because I lived with my mom up until I was in 12th grade, you know? So my dad knew I just can't have a daughter. I really just can't. I cannot.
That's
have
what's
a
popping
daughter.
out first. A daughter.
No, I can't. I cannot have a daughter. I
100%
can't
fact.
That's
have
why
a daughter.
I'm staying quiet because
And listen,
that'll be my own
you know
karma,
what?
honestly.
Diosito lindo, if you give me a daughter, I'm gonna accept it. But por
God,
favor,
the best joke in life right now would be to give them both daughters. In the
please don't give.
Stop.
I need a boy.
Next
Legit,
question.
I wanna
Next
put the
question.
out.
No, to be fair, I was always
Next
told I would have a
question.
boy.
It makes you
I'm gonna
fucking
be a
feel
boy
better.
mom.
I know from the very beginning, my first child's gonna be a boy, and he's gonna be a piece of shit. Like no, like not to diss my own kid, but he's gonna give me a hard time. He's gonna give me.
We're gonna play this clip.
Because you gave Flor a hard time. We remember. Fun fact.
Exposing me?
Fun fact. We're gonna expose you right now. Fun fact.
This episode's gonna be like
Me
4 hours long.
and
It's
Joss,
3
2
hours.
episodes.
Joss and I
It's gonna end at 3.
would defend Theo David when
Hey.
our grandma Flormira Vera de Fuca,
Give her whole government.
would beat the crap out of David. Okay, we would stand in front of him. Like, no, stop. Right
We
now.
would hide under the bathroom sink before she came
Yup.
out with the belt, and
We'd be like, don't hit him. Stop. And then we would get hit in the crossfire and then be like, all right, we're out. You got this. That's all you. Sorry,
She's crazy
Pookie.
lady. But you know what? At the end of the day, she's in denial.
She'll never admit it.
y ella dice que nunca yo he pegado a mi hijo,
Exactly.
nunca.
She's like in
She
this
hit me
weird
once.
denial.
You know, Flor,
She grabbed me
she
right
hit me
here.
once. Yup. From these, my dad used to do it too when I was little. There was this one time I cursed at my dad. I was like, "You're so fucking annoying." He came outside. He grabbed me from right here. He's like, "Who's fucking annoying?" That's the only time my dad.
Cuisine Kid said, "Yeah, expose him, expose Pookie." That's
Pookie.
because Flor
Block that account.
business.
It's been hacked.
Yeah, that counts.
But honestly, that was it. Those are the fire questions. What I will say to everyone is that I hope you were able to take something out of this.
yeah.
It was a
We're a
great
little
episode.
crazy.
It was a great episode.
Sorry.
And next week, stay tuned for back-to-back great episodes, bro. We have you guys don't know him, but his name is Dan and Frank. Shout out to them. They're gonna be one of our friends from growing up. But another great episode coming up. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Do you have any closing words or statements for the people?
We'll be back.
I was gonna say that. Let us know if you would want us to be on an episode with my uncle's friend group so we can have some serious debates on life
Or
and everything.
Lewis.
We'll host.
Lewis.
Or Lewis.
Well,
let me-
Lewis will be
shout
on the podcast.
Shout out to my
But-
bestie Lewis. Let me know if
what
you
if
want Lewis
we
on the
host the
podcast.
next podcast and we ask all the questions?
I like that.
We
think
could
about-
ask you.
we could think about
I
that.
have a couple questions.
Oh, you have a couple questions. All right.
I do.
All
Want me
right,
to ask them?
Ask one before we
Okay.
close it.
Hold on. So fun fact, Joss and I were drunk at Margaritas.
Of
Shout out to
course.
Margaritas. And we started writing down some questions
For the pod.
for the podcast. Ready?
Oh shit.
So coincidentally, the first one.
I'm drunk. How would you feel if one of us tried? Oh,
Okay.
no, I can't repeat that because you're gonna hit me. So I'd rather
might.
her repeat it.
Mike.
Oh wait, no. I think
She
I'll
said
say
the first question said, "How would you feel like
the second one is better.
if we tried to get with one of your friends?"
Yeah, like how would you feel
That's a
if,
great question.
hypothetically speaking,
That's a great
one
question.
of us, maybe not try to get
That's a
with
good
one of
spicy
your
question.
friends, but like, what if one of us, hypothetically speaking, if there was no man involved or whatever?
This is honestly a good question because I heard I was on a TikTok live and it had a situation like this. I love scrolling through TikTok. It gives me so many ideas. And it prompted a question like this. It wasn't the niece, it was the sister. And I said to myself, like, yo, how would I feel ever? And I said to myself, really depending on the situation. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
If you guys chose a friend that was willing to actually settle down, I'd be fine with it. If you chose a friend that wasn't, and I knew who they were, I'd warn you first because you're a grown ass woman. At this point in my age, I cannot.
Lewis joined.
There we go.
Lewis,
You need to be on the
You're a
podcast.
queen of our podcast.
Yeah, Lewis, they were talking mad shit about you.
We were not. I was actually praising your true friendship.
Okay, wait, let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah, so it would really go down to it'd go down to me just giving you a conversation if I felt like it was someone stupid. But if it wasn't someone stupid, I'd be telling you, all right, best of luck, see where it goes. But
Would
at
you
the
really be that cool if we
I-
try to go
I
with one
don't
of your
think
friends?
so.
I'm
I
at,
think
I'm
he's
at
Think
this.
about your friend.
I'm,
I think.
no, no.
I was gonna say, I think he's lying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm at the stage where I can't control you two.
Okay.
You two are grown women.
Yeah.
Can you ever
I
really
just
control
can't.
us?
I just no. I really. I could. I fucking make your life sell. But I'm telling you, like you're at an age where you're young adults. You have the choice. You have the right to, like what Paulette said. You have the right to make your own fuck ups.
I have a question
Now,
for you.
what conversation am I having with my friend?
That's
That's
different.
Oh, he's gonna fuck him up.
Like, don't you fucking dare!
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
go ahead.
So one time when you were drunk,
What?
you told me
Oh,
I would never tell you if I ever see your boyfriend cheat on you.
Oh, that's a lie. I lied to you.
Okay, good. Because you literally said, I can't say anything if your boyfriend cheats on you.
That's not true.
Wait,
But
does that change if it's
I would
one of your
hope-
friends?
Yeah, if it's one of your friends, would that change?
I would hope you
That's
would
your
say
point now. That's your
something.
point.
You would be visiting my friend in the hospital.
Thank God.
Yeah.
and they would be telling you
Thank
why they just got
God.
fucked up.
You know what? Okay, let me just add
Good
a little fun fact. I'm so like
that's a good
happy
one.
that like you said
I have
that
a good
because
question here.
I have a family member who witnessed my ex from high school cheat on me multiple times.
That's pretty crazy.
And did not say one word because that was his boy and I was his cousin.
Oh,
So he was stuck in the middle.
I got you.
So that's like, thank
If
you.
it's Cuisine King's Ben.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
not
you.
Cuisine King.
Is it Lewis?
Oh, wait, is it
No.
Lewis?
He said,
Sure.
what's your favorite fuck up?
Favorite?
What does that mean?
Favorite?
I'll
That's
tell you-
toxic. Who is that?
I'll tell you after you answer
No,
the
we need to
question.
hear that. That guy's toxic.
Travis.
That's
Travis!
crazy.
Travis, what up, Travis?
Hello.
That guy's in Germany. It's like 4 a.m.
Why are you like
Cuisine.
He's fucking up right now.
Yeah.
It's like, what's it up?
If he likes snuggle.
That's Cuisine King?
Cuisine Kid said if you like snuggling with your boys.
Yeah, that's Herbert. Yeah, block him.
Her-
Let's get a block on that account.
Yeah, let's block that account. Yo, Herbert, nah.
Yeah, Herbert's we're not gonna expose
Hold
Herbert.
on.
But Travis's question?
Herbert,
I
I
don't
don't
have
you only edit one video every time.
Oh, let's go.
Bye.
What's
Okay,
that about?
answer Travis's question, please.
That's a great question. I don't have a favorite fuck up. I have a funny fuck up.
Okay.
I have a lot of funny fuck ups.
No, well, what's your favorite one?
So-
What's the favorite,
The fact that he's
funniest
so
one?
deep in thought is so concerning.
Funny fuck up. I don't know.
I have one. I remember I
Go ahead.
brought something. I brought something to the house,
Oh, shit.
and my mom found it, and she said, "Bitch," and she beat my ass, and then that was it.
Okay.
That was my
You know what,
funniest one
is it
because it was
we're
so
talking about
stupid.
any, we're talking about like any kind of funny fuck up.
Yeah.
I have a funny
I got a
too.
good one. Go ahead. I got
Me?
a good one. Yeah, after you.
Okay. My fuck up involves my sister Brianna. She is the reason my mom is on my ass for the rest of my teenage years.
Ashley's a trooper. She never say shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Brianna was very much a mommy's girl, so you were an op at one point, but it's alright. So sorry, Theo, if this is TMI. But long story short,
Probably is.
as a responsible person having intercourse, you're going to want to take care of yourself and just take like emergency test every month or whatever, just to make sure you were good.
That's actually really responsible for you.
Right. Literally.
Yeah, good.
I started my birth control,
That
so
was actually really
I
smart.
would take a test every single month. So I accidentally left a used and a new test in my school bag, and my sister, so-called, was looking for gum. That's her story. She found my test, gave it to my mom. I was planning my sweet 16 at the time,
Oh, wow.
and my mom came upstairs with the test, flinged it at me, missed me, tried to hit me. I dodged it, and I locked myself in my room.
Oh.
And then,
Your mom is on live. She said what?
hey, Pookie.
She said, I remember that day.
Exactly. She remembers because she almost beat my ass and I dodged it. And I was like, you're not beating
Wendy.
my ass today.
Shout out to mom.
Wendy,
I'm
they were
leaving.
talking mad shit about you. I was defending you the whole time.
No, Theo, we weren't.
Yeah, they were talking
No,
mad
that
shit.
was one of my biggest, not funny, but biggest fuck ups because I should have been smarter and thrown the thing out. And
No,
Brianna
you know what?
wanted to be an up.
If you would have told me this when I was 18, no, I would have been 21 at that time. I would have slapped shit at you. But Now that you're telling me, I'm
still don't feel comfortable talking about this with you.
No.
We have to get over it.
Of course, this is disturbing, but I'm very happy that you were at least taking care of yourself.
Right?
Very well educated.
I was very responsible.
You shouldn't have been doing that shit in the first place, but very happy you were taking those
I
precautions.
have a question for you. If you have a daughter your first year around, would you ever want her to know? Would you ever want to know if she was actually sexually
Let me tell you
active?
something.
Damn.
You too, Anthony. Would you ever want to know if your daughter was sexually active?
From the moment
that's different. We're girls.
From the moment my kid is turning 13, I'm gonna educate them the best way because I know school.
Even if it's a daughter.
I know school's gonna be trash. I'm gonna try to push my wife to do it. If my wife's not doing it, then as awkward it has to be. Dad's gonna have to step in.
But that's the thing. My mom.
We have listeners from North Carolina.
Yeah, my mom's in North Carolina at the moment. My mom actually instilled fear in me to come. She was like, "You could tell me anything." No, the fuck I couldn't, because they would beat my ass. And you know that's true. So I couldn't go to my mother for everything. She would kill me, literally. Okay, and then she would threaten to tell my dad.
You and Anthony, would you guys feel comfortable knowing that your daughter is having sex around 15 years old?
It's never going to be.
Not.
Yeah, it's never going to be a comfortable conversation for a dad. I think what you have to do the best at is getting over that fact that it's not going to be comfortable, but getting to talk to your wife, whoever that wife is. Hopefully she's around, right? Getting to speak to your wife and telling her, you have to have this conversation with her. And if you're not willing to do it, I'll do it and step up. But it's going to be very fucking awkward. Because you don't even if you get past awkwardness, God knows how your daughter's going to feel about that. Can you imagine your daughter hearing her dad going, and by the way, make sure that man wears a condom.
To admit, my dad tried, and I was like, shut up.
Yeah, it's a very... Even if one parent...
If I feel comfortable talking to my uncle, could you imagine me feeling... My mom
I know,
my mom tries to mention it, and I'm just like, shut up. Just don't talk to me, please. Just...
Exactly. But
that's wonderful. That's an awesome dynamic you guys have.
Yeah.
I agree with Puga because, I wouldn't... Obviously, 15 years old, you're thinking about like, is she getting pregnant? Oh my God, and her image and all that shit. So I'm just like, STDs, all that. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm just going to make sure she's okay. Because, it happens, right? It happens.
I think the best thing you can do for your... Oh, oops, wrong camera. I think the best thing you can do for your kid is being upfront with them, give them all the education they need on topics, even if you don't think they're ready for it. Like, you'd be ignorant to say to yourself, your daughter at 15 isn't making out with guys, right?
Yes.
You don't want that to be the scenario, but
that's facts.
Like, if it's happening, you have to fucking discuss it. It's disgusting, but...
there's a double standard because if a guy hooks up with the fucking
17-year-old
woman, you're like...
crazy. But if a
girl but that's what I'm saying.
It, God forbid.
Even with, if I had a kid that's a boy, I'm doing the same thing. I'm educating him. It's more it's more natural. It's not fucking as weird as it was for my daughter. Like, he's a guy, I'm a guy, and be like, yo, are you putting deodorant on? Bro, don't be like, no, I'm being so serious. Don't be fucking jerking off every 1 hour in a day. Don't be fucking like going out with your friends doing drugs all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm being serious. You have to educate your son.
My boyfriend said if our son comes home with a girl and I hear something, I am not even saying anything.
No. Hold on. Here's
and then I said if I come home and I hear my son, I'm knocking on the fucking door and saying, "Hey, get out of my house!"
Really? You would be that parent?
Angie,
no.
Don't do that in my house.
No, No.
No.
Here's the crazy part. That's where you have to talk to your couple too, because you have to find what's consensual and how they're respecting your shelter.
I know. I don't want to talk about this.
I
can't even picture like my son.
I think that's fucked up.
That was a fight.
That's fucked up. That's so.
We got some live questions.
I think I have a final question.
Final question before we end.
It's actually an actual question.
Block that.
He said, "Actual question. What's your favorite quality about being a puka and vice versa?"
You guys answer.
You three answer.
You too.
I guess I'm learning.
You're a puka by association.
Let's go. See, I've been accepted.
AJB.
Damn, that's a really good question.
Yeah. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
I'm not a puka, but
yes, you are. You are a puka.
I'm not a puka, but by blood. I think my favorite quality is we're very blunt and honest. No matter what it is, whose feelings we hurt, we're very blunt. And no matter what it is, we'll tell you how it is and what our viewpoint. If you ask us our viewpoint, we'll tell you. If you don't want to hear our viewpoint, we'll hear you out. But when you ask us, we'll be blunt, direct, and official as much as we can.
I like that. Yeah, that's good. It's good quality.
Aside from the bluntness, okay, so let me just establish something really quickly. To me, a puka is like my immediate. So my dad, my grandparents, my uncle, my aunt. It's just that little circle.
Yeah.
I don't really jack the extended family. But to me, I think the greatest thing one thing I do appreciate is no matter what situation, no matter who is wrong, even if it is a puka, the loyalty is there.
Yep.
Oh.
That's one thing I'm very grateful
so
for.
So loyalty, bluntness, so honesty, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good qualities.
What do I enjoy about being a puka?
What's your best quality about being a puka? That's the first question. And then the other question is the bad quality we have.
I remember from the last podcast.
Oh, wait, bad quality?
Yeah.
The next round. Let him finish.
Oh, okay. I gave the best quality as the loyalty.
Yeah. I didn't say the worst yet.
Okay.
I guess the best quality has to be is that most pukas, not all, but most pukas have endured a lot of suffering. And why do I consider that a best quality? I think Paulette's quote even amplifies it so much to the extent.
The
toughest God's toughest warriors go through the worst
sounds good.
scenarios. And it's because, like, you guys don't even know. You guys know most of it, but don't know all of it. Like, the things that my dad has told me, the things my grandparents have told me, the things that my uncles have told me, the things I've just witnessed myself, the things that you guys have been through, I've been through, everyone's been through. Like, I don't think there's a perfect family anywhere.
No.
But I think the stories of the pukas starts with it starts with there's a new chapter being branched out. Like you look at this shit, right? To me, it looks like a branch, right? Like a family branch. All of us in each individual branch have our own story, and it's crazy because like everyone goes through their own struggles. Everyone has their own chapter to write. Everyone has a good and a sad story. But no matter what, if anything, what I've seen from the pukas lately is strength to endure, strength to continue pursuing one's dream, to not letting down the generation before them, and trying to push on for a better image. The most of us, not all of us, because there's some pukas that are horrible people. There are some pukas that I can't vouch for.
Say that louder.
And sadly, the truth is, with those pukas too, they're still in this world. But we're trying to make do with what we have.
The worst quality I would say for pukas would be countering Angie's is the loyalty. Just because our family, if we're blood or not, I can speak for certain family members, is that no matter what, they ride and die for our family. Like, as much as our loyalty is good, it could also blind us from seeing the truth in regards to certain people, and it just blinds us from actually picking the right side. So our loyalty is like a good and bad, but also besides that, it's the closed-mindedness, which has gotten a lot better, honestly. Like, for example, our grandparents, we had Brianna come out, like her sister, right? She came out as gay.
Cookie.
And a few years ago, that would be definitely frowned upon. They would be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what is that? But now, like, even my grandma and my grandpa, they're older. They have gotten to accept that part as much as they want to accept it again. Because it's like, maybe my grandpa is a little bit on edge. He's like, oh, la amiga. But it's like, my man's, that's not her amigo. Like, But it depends. But I would say, like, our loyalty is also our downfall. And then our close-mindedness sometimes, depending on the generation. Like, it just depends. But that's what I would say.
Hold on. Yo, bro, this is an inductee puka. You
have your name. I'm sorry.
That's the best quality you've seen from the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, so as a puka, an initiation, in contract, pending, offer.
We gotta take it to the high chief. Atahualpa.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like you guys been through a lot. Holy shit.
Oh my God,
Am I
he's
here?
been our only person that has heard everything that we have been through. Paulette, me,
There-
Not
Well,
everything, but
there's
a
probably
little
like a subsection.
of everything.
Yeah.
And now I'm bringing my other side of the family soon too.
Cool.
My cousins from my mom's side.
Fun.
Oh. Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting pod on that one too. But keep on.
Yeah, like you guys endure a lot, and you guys are very close knit. Like this is incredible.
Honestly,
Like,
I'm
your uncle
I
and
think this
nieces,
part
like,
of the family is very close
Yeah.
knit. I can't say the same for
it's all
outside
family.
family.
All
yeah.
families have that, but this
Yeah.
is great
Yeah.
Mhm.
because there's only a couple of years between you,
Yeah.
but it's
5.5.
uncle. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
so cool.
He's Funkle.
So, Funkle.
It's like it's weird. Like I said, I'm not close to my family, but them. The only reason I've been close to them is because and this is you guys have to owe it all to your parents because I wouldn't be close to you two. I really wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. I was very into myself, very individual person. I've always
Introvert.
very introvert when I was younger.
Always in his room.
Yeah, a very.
That's so different.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
I can't
Always
imagine
in
you
his
like
room
that.
or playing soccer.
I
Yeah.
can't
He was
imagine you like
never
that. You are
home.
the extreme extrovert.
Yeah,
of the group.
bro. It just
That's crazy.
the younger me went through a lot. I didn't have Uncle Puka,
Right.
or I feel like I couldn't confide in my parents for some odd reason. It's just a teenage thing, maybe. So I felt like I needed to endure all of it by myself for some odd reason. I have no idea. I can't even fathom to explain to you what went through my brain. But the moment crisis came and my sister and brother pleaded me to help these two, like, because they felt like they were going in wrong directions. And God knows they probably would have figured it out. But who knows? We don't know that obstacle.
You know?
You know what I mean?
Honestly, without Tío David, I would have been a very close-minded, very even more stubborn individual than what I am now. He low-key scared the shit out of me, and he like turned on the little lights in my head and said, "Yo, figure it out, or I'm gonna punch you."
Yeah,
And like non-aggressive terms,
Yeah.
but
like
still,
going back to the first podcast, the famous like conversation that he
Yeah.
had with the both of us was really like the eye opener for us. And it's like, yo, like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? Like, whatever we're involved in right
It
now,
sounds-
and whoever we're involved in right now, is not forever. Like, we need to make something of ourselves as
sounds
individuals.
very, very
You'll pay
weird.
that forward with your kids.
Yeah,
100%.
it sounds
Or
very
your nieces.
weird.
We're doing that now
Yeah.
with our,
Cousins.
our
Siblings.
siblings, our,
Yeah,
our
exactly
cousins,
what you
my
said in the beginning.
siblings, like it's
It
just.
sounds very, very weird, but we both at the same time for a short period of time, me for a longer time, lacked a father figure.
Yeah.
And I always said, like, maybe my father couldn't provide financial stability at that time. Her father couldn't either. He was always our financial, like, emotional, financial, physical, like, branch that we could lean on no matter what. Like, I wouldn't say without a shame in the world. I was actually talking about this with my boyfriend the other day. I said, we were dating at the time, me and my boyfriend, and I was like, I was ashamed to ask anyone for any help. The only one that I could turn to, and he could vouch for it, was my uncle. I said, hey, the tuition, like, this school's about to kick me out. I need help. Like, I'm
Yup.
like struggling. I'm making $16 an hour. I can't afford anything else. I'm paying my car $500 a month. I need help. He said, okay, just pay me back. Never did he put pressure on me. Never did he tell me, yo, where's my money? Never did he tell me, stop doing this, and that, and pay me. I paid him during tax season. I gave him all cash. I remember that was my best feeling in the world. I said, here you
It's
go.
your money.
And he
No,
said, bet.
literally.
But he always, not for nothing, I'm never going to take this away from my uncle. He always said, if it's for money for education and you guys can take this legacy of the Puka name
exposing.
in this world, I'll help you no matter what.
Damn.
It wasn't until recently.
That's legacy.
No, it
Exposing
truly
me.
is a
That's
legacy,
good shit.
though,
But like I
because
said, he's very
That's
weak
good.
for he's very weak for his nieces and nephews.
because Joss and I went to college obviously at the same time.
Yeah.
So like
he provided for both
not
of us.
only did he help Joss, but it's like he helped me. Like, at the time, like there was shit going on with our family, and it's
Mhm.
like I had to put the tuition that I owed, and it wasn't no 500, 600. It was like
5K.
three to four bands.
Damn.
Like he gave us his credit card like willingly,
And
like no
Feliciano's.
hesitation. Yes,
I was about to
him
say,
and
I'm gonna give
Feli.
him credit after.
Yes,
It's not on me.
him and Feliciano, and my dad helped me also, but like no hesitation. He was like, if it's for school, like here, like no questions asked, like take care of this.
That's legacy.
So
Same,
exactly.
Vice versa. Like if my uncle ever asks me for anything in this world and I have it, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
No matter what. If I have $20 in my bank account left and he's like, I need 10, here you go.
I
Here's
need
10.
10.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
No,
Like no matter
No.
what.
And I
No
think I
questions
said
asked.
this,
That's
right.
wonder.
And I think I said this in the previous podcast, like my ultimate goal is to be able to help not only my parents, although my mom wasn't really present when I was going to college. I didn't talk to my mom for like 4.5 years. My ultimate goal is to help my parents and, my uncle, obviously, because thanks to you, I graduated. Like, thanks to him, I was able to, like, get through school. My ultimate goal is to just, like, financially be able to provide for the people that help me get to where I am.
It's the best
So
feeling.
that's what we're working towards. So, like, hopefully that happens this year.
Oh, that's
Hopefully.
that's so
Hopefully. We're
Exposing me.
hoping on it.
Oh.
It's not exposing you. It's
That's
just
Exposing
exposing.
the puka.
It's exposing
We're
his
appreciating
sensitive
all your
side.
Nah,
help.
I'm fucking with you. But yes. But let's not discredit. That's not all my money. That's Feliciano's a lot of money.
Shout out
That's
to
my dad's.
Feli.
But my dad always
The OG
had.
Puka.
My dad always had a big heart for his
Yes.
grandkids, and always said that. He said to me, because at a certain age, my dad stepped aside and said, "Listen, this is everything I have, and I need you to run it. Whatever,
I'm gonna
whatever."
start crying.
Yeah, he's like, no. He'd just be like,
Oh.
my credit cards, I leave you, like, pay them, make sure everything happens on time. I'm getting forgetful, and I need someone to, and I'm just gonna trust you. So he let me run it. So I ran a lot of his money for the long run, and when they needed help, I asked him, I'm like, hey, listen, is it okay if I do this? And he's like, who is it for? And I'm like, it's for your nieces, and it's for their education. He's like,
Just
don't fucking ask
don't
me.
even ask.
Don't
Just
even
do it.
ask me. If it's for them, pay it.
Cry.
Bum. So I never had to ask when it came to their education. When their education's problems came up, it's just like, which credit card am I using?
Yeah, which one?
Like, which credit line am I pulling from? Like, is my own money too? Like, I had to make it work. But the fucked up part is what they never realize is, like, I don't mind doing that as long as where's my payment coming from? And then they always, even though they both understood, like, I was going to get annoying at some point, I just knew to trust them. But it was a gamble. They could have fucked up their life. They could have failed all their classes. Like,
And we did it.
what my dad was doing was taking a huge risk.
Yeah.
But when my dad literally told me, don't worry, it's for their education, I said, it ain't my money. Boom. But obviously, it ended up becoming my money because I had to make sure that I had to pay for his things, and I had to make sure that I was financially well to make sure that he was financially well, and they were. He never. My dad's always been a non-selfish person. Financially, my dad has never been. That's why I praise my dad a little bit more than my mom. It's like a little fucked up because I actually physically show my mom more love than I show my dad. Because my mom has always been a mom. Mom shows the caring, my mom will starve to death still today to feed me.
Yep.
But my dad will make sure that he will go out to work to put a roof over my head if he needed to. So it's like two different loves that I have for them, two different emotions. Yeah. So when I was instilled with that, when I finally understood that, which is funny because they thank me, but I honestly, like I said in the beginning, I never have that conversation unless my siblings step up and ask me. God knows why they asked me. I don't know why today.
They saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself.
Correct. That I didn't see in myself. I got to them, but the person that got to me was my mother. My mom was like, I'm going to stop hitting you. It's not working. This is not working. What do I need to do?
Not for nothing. My grandma deadass is like, stop hitting your kids. So my mother and my uncle.
Like, who were you to talk?
We're like, hello, where was this? But shit, kudos to you because I don't get hit no more. So
no, but I think we should definitely just like give a shout out to Theo David because you've definitely sacrificed a lot, and I think you definitely put your life on hold a lot of times to really just step up and be there for your parents and for your nieces and nephews. You know, I think that you need to give yourself a little bit more credit for everything that you've done, you know, for this family. You know, although your siblings couldn't do what you did at your age, you know, it's good to know that, like, yo, like, I'm able to do it, you know?
Yeah, it's a legacy. I know, and not that I'm expecting energy to come back and grant me the peace.
But it will.
I know that it was all done for a good reason.
Yeah.
I had no questions asked to it. And when I was kind of like confirmed it by my father, like, dude, like, why are you even asking me this stupid question? Like, he's basically said,
he's like,
do it. Don't delay their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I live mine. Let them live theirs.
And to this day,
really big. Yeah.
And to this day, like,
your dad's saying legacy.
And tell me not just. To this day, whenever, like, we do see our grandparents and, like, or it's like a birthday or something, they will never fail to let us know how grateful they are that we continued our education. Because literally, I still remember, like, on my birthday, my grandparents hugged me. My grandpa especially hugged me and told me, I'm so proud of who you've become. Like, keep going. I'm so happy that you because I had just graduated with my master's. He was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. And it's like, yo, I cried on my birthday. Like, I was crying. And I'm like, stop. I'm like, stop. My makeup. I'm like, stop. And then my grandma started getting emotional. And I was like, stop. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, stop. No, literally, you know. So it's like, they never fail to, I guess, give us that reassurance that they are very proud of us and who we've become.
Yeah, look,
which is why.
I could just get so sad when I think of them because it's just like, oh, they're so old and they're like really the heart of the family. And it's just like after them, it really is up to us three to keep the family together. Because fuck the other siblings, they don't do shit.
No, literally, it's just us three.
The matriarch?
It's literally just
the
us
oldest
three
in the family.
Oldest
my dad is.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's a patriarch in the family.
He's the head of the family. Yeah, like and then it's my grandma.
Yeah,
there is. You don't see my dad without my mom. It's like weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and if you do, it's because he's like doing something else.
I think about my grandpa's parents. They both died like a day apart, and it seems like they couldn't leave like a week. They couldn't live without each other, and that's the same fear I have with my grandparents. Because they're the heart of the family. Like, I could never see...
You're going to hear this is funny. I'll get the mood a little bit up. But I think of my dad, God forbid, right? My dad goes first. So it's going to be... She's like, all right, time to go to Peru. She's going to mourn his death and everything. But she's like, out to Peru. Like, and
I don't think she could come back from it.
I'm honestly... I don't want God to do it this way. But, you know, obviously we have to be realistic. God knows there has to be one that goes first. Right? I hope he takes my dad before he takes my mom. Like, as fucked up as it sounds, yeah. I think my mom can live a little bit longer because of her siblings than my dad can.
Really?
I think if he takes my mom, my dad's going to be very distraught. Like, my dad really loves...
He can't... When Flor goes to Peru, when my grandma goes to Peru, my grandpa does not know what to do with himself. He'll be okay for, like, the first week. He'll cook and whatever, and then like
you'll just see him at her house,
and then he'll just pop up.
What the hell?
What are you doing? Like, oh no, are you hungry? Did you eat? Like, let me cook. He'll start making soup. So my grandma's like one of her big things with her grandchildren is soup. My grandpa will make soup, and he will never fail to say, "It's not as good as Flor's, but I'm gonna try." And he tries to like replicate the recipe, and I'm like, no, it's good. He's like, no, le falta algo. Like, something's missing. Like, Flor has to make it, but you know she's not here.
But he'll like WhatsApp. Yeah, but he'll like WhatsApp her now to piss her off.
Yeah,
like it's fucking hilarious, bro. It's like it's an old tradition. Who knows who's gonna carry that down the line? Like that's the odd part. That's the awkward part. But I know they're trying to glue things in because the realization of it. My parents are getting to that age, man. I told you already. It's getting to the point where no one's ignorant to it. That's why I tell my nieces and nephews.
I have a question for you.
Enjoy, because this moment will never happen again. It's sad and like I don't want to put that demeanor into my nephews and nieces. But like,
realistic.
Don't ignore it, because I don't want you being 24 and saying, I wish I would have spent another day with my grandparents.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And the only reason
last question.
The only reason I'm asking is because, okay, so my great grandma on my mother's side died on the 27th of this month, right? So it's coming up. But I feel like her death kind of made me open my eyes that like death is truly inevitable, and her death kind of helped to prepare me for the future deaths of my grandparents. Do you feel like you've mentally prepared / accepted that your parents will one day no longer be here?
Um, to be honest, it was a big scare of mine for a long time, but you got to look at all the positives, right? You all look at all the grateful things. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you. When the moment happens, everyone's gonna be distraught. Everyone's gonna
Yeah.
be destroyed. It's like the centerpiece of a big glue. Like imagine taking like the fucking. Trying to give a good analogy for this. Like, imagine taking the two biggest.
It's like cutting the foundation of a house.
Yeah, exactly. The two big beams of the house.
Literally.
The house is gonna fall down, and now it takes us what's left to reconstruct it, to make it our own. So obviously, to the point where, am I ready for it? No, but will I accept it? Yes, because I'm almost 30. You guys got to be blessed. You guys are 24 years old. Like, do you see? I'm trying to. Do you have your grandparents though?
On my dad's side, I didn't meet them.
You didn't meet them, but they're over there right now.
Yeah, I just have a grandma.
Yeah, so like there are people that don't have their grandparents. So you were able to live 24 years with your grandparents. Not many people get to say that. You know, Travis never even, like if you can say it, Travis never got to meet his grandparents. I'm with my parents until I'm about to hit 30. That's a blessing, a milestone, something I get to speak to my future kids about. Am I a little sad that maybe my kids may not meet my parents? Yes, but guess how many great stories I have for them. You know what I mean? Like this is where the story lives on with me. That's why I want to get that cliche tattoo,
Are
because
we gonna go get
We
tattoos
should go
together?
get tattoos together.
Yeah.
Me and Joss almost got tattoos the other night. We were
Yeah.
very tempted, but we didn't.
yeah,
We should all get tattoos. The number 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm getting I don't know about 1947 and 1952.
Let's all get it.
That's
Can we go today?
You can
No,
put it in your
do
hand.
Yo,
Not today.
honestly,
Why?
that was a freaking beautiful.
You're not impulsive.
What?
What you just said.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man.
But
was
it's
good.
just the.
I honestly feel like, as the last part, hopefully, I honestly
Just
feel
so
like
much.
I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to be prepared to send off my grandparents. I feel like
They feel immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I almost died. I feel like the day that ever happens, I would be in depression for at least like a year.
No, and to back up her point.
Death,
You're right.
death is inevitable.
Inevitable.
Yeah, that. And I feel like it's gonna happen eventually. But I could never see my grandparents lay in a coffin and me mourning them. They've been with me since I was like my mom, because she had 3 jobs. My grandma and my grandpa raised me. Like I would see my grandpa go to the airport and work his ass off, and then come back at 11 and bring us cookies and garbage bags
and the sandwiches and the waters.
He was on a different mission.
Yeah.
Right?
So he was working while my grandma was providing, giving us food.
She was working up to a point, though.
She was working at a dry cleaners. I remember Angie around that time wasn't.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
as
she wasn't present because of like her family issues. But I would go with my grandma at 5 a.m, and I would help put the little styrofoams over the metal bars, and I would put them on. So because my grandma and my grandpa and my mother raised me throughout my childhood, like even when I talk about it with my cousin, I'm just like, I could never in this world imagine a world where I'm not with them. And it just it fucking breaks my heart, because I know it's inevitable, whatever the word. I can't speak, I'm drunk. Like it's coming, but it's just like, I really like, for sure, I remember I talked to my boyfriend about this. I was like, God forbid my grandparents pass away in the next like couple years. Like if it were me, I would wish that they would leave a healthy life until like 90.
Forever.
They don't suffer.
Yeah, like until like the end of time. But if I were to really be like true to my heart, I don't think I would ever be okay in a world where they're not here.
Yeah. So just to like support that, like I said, you know, my grandma, like my great grandma on my mother's side, like she passed away a couple of years ago. So it's like, I feel like, so she was also the glue of my mom's side of the family. Her death kind of mentally prepared me for future deaths. And honestly, as messed up as it may sound, I strongly believe that like the death of my dad's parents will affect me a lot more than my mom's parents, just because there's a deeper bond and connection with them. Although I don't see them as much as I would want to, you know, like I did grow up with them. They did help raise me because my dad was the absent parent. So whenever my dad wasn't around, my grandparents were there to step in. Like my grandparents made sure they saw me every single weekend. If not, then every other weekend, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like we're in two different, like, I guess, mental spaces when it comes to that. Like, I think it would hit me really, really hard, but I think I would accept it a lot sooner than she would, you know, because I've already kind of went through it with my other grandma. That it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely, when you build
right.
such a horrible thing to say, but when you build experience with that,
Right,
like you get numb to
exactly,
it.
Facts.
exactly. That's I'm literally like numb to death because we've had like classmates pass away also,
Yeah.
and it's like my motto is like the last funeral I went to was my
the
grandma's.
last one she would ever attend.
Yeah, was and I've made myself very clear, like my classmates have died after my grandma's has, and one of them was like one of my good friends, you know. So it's like my thing is, why would I want my last memory of this person in my life to be them in a casket when I would rather have the last memory the last time I saw them, you know? Like I just cannot see someone in a casket because it's like they're no longer there, and it's very traumatizing. It truly, truly is. When my grandma passed away, like I remember, like I opened the casket and like I gave her like
So
a kiss.
you guys have wakes?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have wakes.
We're the
Yeah.
same, we're the same.
Yeah. So, you know, like I opened it, I gave her a kiss and everything, but that was very traumatizing
Yes.
for me, where it's like I could never attend another funeral ever again. You know, obviously if it's, God forbid, if it's another family member, you know, I would have to attend it, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't. So it's very like back and forth, I think.
You know, I just noticed it's 5.
Yeah.
We missed the Andes thing.
What?
Los Andes. They went to.
Oh yeah, my mom said they're done eating. We
Yeah.
have to go out to eat after.
That's fine.
Oh well, you're
Chick-fil-A, and then we'll go home, and then
Yeah.
we'll drop you off at the.
That's
What-
fine.
what-
Yeah, I'm going to my dad's house.
I mean,
I think that's a good. That's an amazing podcast. We just.
I think we
had
had
we
it
had
big.
everyone's like topics.
I think we did. We hit a lot of them. Honestly, other than that, guys, I hope you all enjoy this. Obviously, coming out in fucking 2 parts.
Yeah.
And
let us know. Let us know when you want the nieces to come back.
Yeah, please. I mean,
It's been how long since we last were
requested.
here?
You were
You
requested.
need to make a lot of clips about our personal opinions.
Listen, put out a poll, co-hosting for next season.
Oh my god, yeah, we should definitely.
Can
go-
we please?
You know what? You have male,
I feel
female
like
always.
I
we
think
should
they
take
love us.
over.
I think they love us.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Wow. Think about it. They love
Yeah,
us and you just don't want to admit it. Whatever. Haters.
But thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoy and stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.